Hello, everyone. We're here. It's us, the Weeb Squad. I don't know what else to call it. I was trying to come up with a rhyme, but couldn't think of anything. Welcome back, everybody. We're back with everybody here. Mel's back.
Weeb team.
Yeah, the Weeb.
I'm not dying. Yay.
I can't think of. There's got to be a good rhyme for Weeb.
I'm on
look
it.
Up. Hold on.
Figure it out.
Yeah, somebody get on that. But yeah, we're back
Weebs?
with more of the Fabula Ultima. We got Mel back this time, which is always a good thing.
10 out of 10 don't recommend getting the flu, folks. So
Yeah, don't do it. It's not fun.
I came up with one. We can breathe in the weeb. Breathe, weeb.
Dank weeb smokers.
Oh, there it is. Dank Weeb is it.
There we go. Yeah.
Dank Weeb has got to be it.
Anyway, yeah. We have Sponers. Go check them out.
See
We
guys.
have. If you look at our shared Google Drive, we have boners for sure. We got a lot of fun anime gifs, gifs in the in our little shared document.
We're
But
using
outside
to
of
keep
that-
track of important
Yeah.
game information.
Yeah, if you go back us
Physics.
on Patreon, maybe we'll share screenshots of said document or just like a link so that people can see what we're working with, because then you all know what we're talking about. Yeah, the tax returns folder, Robert. Tax returns. But yeah. Oh, and we also have a Discord. So if you are in the chat here and you enjoy talking with us and with the cool, fun people here, you can go join our Discord and hang out there as well. Outside of that, does anybody have anything else? Kind of like rolling us right into it this time. Getting into it.
I will say specifically for our Patreon, there are now 2 Fabula Ultima Tales of Caerwyn related thingies up there. For Friends of Tales, the monthly poll is which one of our characters would you like to have a little minific from? The Nemea minific will be posted soon, but also there's going to be some which one of our characters in Fabula Ultima Land do you want to know more about? You could vote on who we do a minific of next. And then the other one is Conlon has decided to lean full JRPG awesomeness and is taking suggestions for boss battles from JRPGs that you have played and enjoyed, and will make a fight for us based on a boss battle of your choosing for the Teller of Tales tier.
Please just don't do Seymour. Please. I can't do Seymour again. Please, guys. I already
Sephiroth.
fought him 3 times. I can't.
But I was gonna say Sephiroth, but I'm like, everyone hates Sephiroth. You know what battle really annoyed me? When you first meet Ansem.
Is that the one with
It is I, Ansem, the Seeker of Darkness.
what's the guy's name from Kingdom Hearts? Your like friend from Kingdom Hearts that's like your rival.
Riku?
Yeah, Riku. That fight fucking destroyed me.
Yeah, Riku as Ansem is possessing Riku.
Yeah. I
that's
played that
Ansem.
entire game when I was like 12, and I got to the Riku fight, and I wasn't good enough at video games to beat it, and so I just got to that point and never was able to get past.
No, stream is being sad.
Stream be sad.
Yeah.
Oh, there we
Calvin,
go.
your internet.
I'm
It's
so
good.
sorry.
It,
Is it okay?
I reloaded and it looks fine.
Oh, what's that dragon in Final Fantasy X?
Something weird
That was
happened there.
glitched too.
We're all Gucci.
There we go.
Cool.
We
Yeah,
can
I
see
think
it.
I think we're good. We'll see. Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
I can see when we go on break. I'll run downstairs and unplug and replug in my internet. And also, yes, we are currently having weather in Indiana. It's so much fun. But yes. Anyway, jumping into some fabulous ultimatums. Anything else before we jump in? I'm trying to think if there's any other Tales information, any other fun stuff. Okay, cool.
That's it. Go join our Patreon. Vote on what boss battles we're gonna fight.
Do that.
Don't just put them in chat. We see you putting them in chat. Put them on the Patreon.
Well then, without further ado, we will go ahead and jump back into Tales of Caerwyn. Ooh, hold on, I gotta queue up. Kinku's not open to the right place. I gotta go to that so I can do. We're gonna do that. When last we left off, right? That's pretty
So
solid.
pleasant.
Yes, when last we left off, the heroes minus one Fiona, who had to run off and take a final, met with Y, the enigmatic person that was less enigmatic than they thought they were, but was, they tried their best.
Wider.
And yes, wider.
A week later, I'm still laughing at that joke.
Good. Oh, it looks like our Discord link might be invalid if somebody wants to see about sharing a new one.
I will figure that out. I'm on it.
But yes, met with Y, convinced you or offered a tidy sum of money to go help save Masura, his
Tiny amount.
friend. We're unclear the relationship there. Who had gone missing down in the southern docks, which in the previous episode you had learned were recently under new management by the Steel Kings, a new gang here in the city. You spent most of the time just joining the Steel Kings when you got down to the docks, learning a little bit about them, ingratiating yourself through violence or through their stomachs, except for Saoirse, who was just stealthing around. But we left off with Ruin finding Masura in the second of three warehouses, chained to the wall. She looked up at him with piercing, glowing cat-like eyes, and said, Matt sent me the message and I still didn't have it in the right place when I needed it. Yes, Masura looks up, cat-like eyes, and says, here for more, are you? We're gonna jump right back in.
More of what? I'm new.
Oh, good. Well, if you're unaware of what they're doing to me here, I suppose you're a lackey?
Potentially. I want to make a good impression first day on the job. It's tough out there. What are they doing so that, I could maybe, give you a bit of the old standard. I got bread crust and potato skins for rations.
She shakes her hands on the chains that are holding her to the wall, and it seems like it would be obvious, wouldn't it?
No? Let's go with no.
Wow. They're denser than even the ones who have been here before. Torture. Trying to figure out who I am, why I'm here, all the good things like that.
So did they try just asking you, why are you here?
I told them. I'd gotten lost looking for a friend of mine and stumbled into the wrong area, but, these types, they didn't believe me.
Well, is it a lie?
No.
Do I think she's lying? Insight check. I don't know what it is. I guess, actually, there is an insight dice.
There is insight, yeah. I can also just tell you, that's not why she's here.
Do we? Why was very mum's the word of what the fuck she was doing?
That it's a lie that she's looking for a friend.
It was in the book. It was in the book.
It was in the stack of papers.
Was investigating some I think we mentioned that in the paper stack, she was looking into the new management, essentially. They're trying. You didn't have any information about specifically what she was doing or specifically what was why was involved. But
Yeah.
Was not definitely wasn't here to like find a friend and just ended up in the wrong place.
Yeah. Gotcha. Okay. Then I'll. Well, I'm pretty sure you're not here to find a friend, because it doesn't seem like a friendly place.
It's changed in the last few weeks, and I clearly had made some poor decisions with where I looked for my associate.
Your associate wouldn't happen to be Y, would he?
You see for a sec this like look of recognition kind of flash across her face before she just back to straight faced. Oh, no, I don't. I know no one by that name.
You must be the wrong beastkin then, because I was sent here by a Y dude to figure out where. I'll just leave you the potato skins. I'm gonna skip the torture. I'm real tired. And
you was sent by Y.
What? Maybe.
Who's on first? Well, I mean, that certainly would change things. Are you? Can you prove it?
That's why I'm kind of being coy here. No, there's no real way for you to know to trust me, except that like I asked why. Like, how would I be able to let her know? And he was like, just tell her that I sent you. And I was like, cool. Okay, so why sent me? I don't feel like that's established a bond of trust. Like, I feel like you need a little bit more than that, right?
Well, few people know of Y and Mai's connection, so I can take it on faith that at least something has happened where you've met him. Whether or not you're friends or not is hard to say.
He is paying us, full disclosure, so.
That would track with Y. Well, I mean, if you're here to help me, you could start by getting me out of these chains.
Sure. I mean, I could, okay. I can get you out of here all at once without messing with the chains of the gate or leaving much of a mess. I'm not very gentle-fingered, so if I start getting you out of the chains and the cage, there's gonna be some debris left.
I mean, that would work for me. I have a bit of business I still need to finish up here before I would be ready to leave.
Okay. What? Fucking chat. What kind of business?
Well, since you're clearly not with the Steel King, well, I don't know about clearly. I'm taking your word for it.
I mean, technically, I'm with them. I have my initiation in a few days, but I mean, that's entirely contingent on whether or not I'm persona non grata after this conversation.
Well, the Kings have been dabbling in some new markets, let's say, and they've taken something a bit sensitive, and I was here to find that and repatriate it.
So we need to take a thing first before you're ready to bounce.
Yes.
Okay. Well, we do have some people nearby that could help with that. If I'm looking at this gate, how do I think I can bust this containment open without making a bunch of noise?
Yeah, I think so. I think this is still just a converted warehouse. Like, Masura is not, a hulking beast kid. She's pretty slender and doesn't seem to be able to rip her way out of the wall herself. But like, I think with just a little bit of force, you probably could. We'll roll for it, but like it'll be a pretty low check.
Is there? I've been picturing bars between me and her. Is she just like pinned up on the wall?
This is like basically like think like a stable, where like they've clearly converted this warehouse to have multiple rooms that are just sort of made of like cheap, shitty wood. She is just like chained to the wall, like that is like not even the outer wall of the place. Like it's just like one of the fate.
It's
like
an interior wall.
Interior walls, yeah.
This would not have done as a holding cell for Ruin, is what I'm hearing.
Right,
This would have been a very quick, like.
Feels probably pretty like slapped together. You can actually see in the corner there are like some other boxes and stuff. Like it feels like this was a well shit. We have a prisoner. I guess.
Where do we stick her?
Yeah,
Over
put her
there.
somewhere. Yeah. Yes.
Put her next to the Keurig.
Yeah. But yeah, I think you could definitely. Yeah, chat is on one today.
I'm just gonna keep saying things for your enjoyment. Thirstiest chat we've seen in some time. I'm loving it. I'm living for this.
Look, everybody, I don't know what you're talking about. Matt is just gonna use his heavy-handed fingering to get this cat unchained from the wall.
I'm glad you said cat and not another word.
Content
That
guidelines.
may have gotten us
that
that would have gotten us in trouble.
You can fill in the blank.
Yes.
All right. Well, okay. Sure. I will just reach up and try and as not calamitously as possible.
Yeah. Just give me a might.
Might. That's what I do. I got some D10s to throw, and because I started the session with 0 Fabula points, I have 1 Fabula point. Okay, good start. Alrighty. Yeah, I have to read my tiny dice with my old eyes. 13.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. This was like a 7.
Nice.
Definitely not like a well set up prison. So yeah, as you reach up, I think kind of looking around, you're like, it's basically just like a bolt through the wall, and like with enough strength, just ripping it out and like kind of keeping your hand on it, you can keep it quiet enough that like the chains aren't going to be off of her hands. Breaking the chains themselves might be kind of a problem, but like you can get her off the wall pretty easily. And so yeah, you reach up and just rip it out, and she is freed from the wall, able to move around, but does still have 2 manacles on the wrists and like connected to it kind of is like a 2 lengths of chain that lead up to like a bolt basically. So like she's got movement, she can move around. It's like 6 feet of chain. She's gonna probably have to sling it over her shoulder to carry it with her, but yes, she is free.
Okay.
Cool. Feels good to stretch that out a little bit.
Yep, stretch yourself. I'm sure whatever comes next is going to be all kinds of helter-skelter.
Depends on how quiet we are in finding the box.
You clearly don't know me, but I'll try. Where is said box? Let's put our hands on it.
Yes. Well, I actually found it before I was captured. It was in a room just around the corner, actually. If it's still there, it's a small wooden box of ornate wood with the symbol of the magician on it.
Okay. Should stand out pretty well. Is there anything in this room that we could use to cover those chains up in terms of like noticeability?
Yeah. I mean, I think, there's totally like, you can find like a piece of cloth or like canvas that's like covering, a box or something like that. If you want to loot through the boxes, like, I mean, this is we can roll and see where it is, or this is an opportunity for a Fabula point to be like, there's a cloak in here or whatever. But yeah, it's
if there's just a bit of canvas that's like an easy but dumb solution, I think Ruin's just grabbing that and like, here, just to make sure you're not, hi, I'm escaping with the chains. Cool. Let's find us a box. A magician box.
Rad. All right. We are gonna jump to Fiona.
Ooh, and I will.
Oh yes, go ahead.
For the sake of teammates, I will send an empathic beeper through our little our Collegian cards, and I will send the emotional equivalent of like that. That is what you get.
Appreciate.
Rad. Okay, cool. We're gonna jump to Fiona real quick to get you kind of worked into the area here. So I think having finished up your final, I'm not sure what Fiona would have done. Here, actually, quickly, give me an insight roll.
Okay. We're gonna do insight. A D10 and a D10. I remember what a 10 die looks like. Give me a sec. Okay, here we go. That's a 10 on the dot.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you pass. That's like a solid, A. Solid A, not an A plus. It's just an A. We're throw it there. Yeah, cool. So yes.
My GPA is gonna go down. No.
No.
Yeah. The real question is
4.0.
I think the real question is Caerwyn a world like the United States where grading is on a horrifying scale, or is it like the rest of the world where it's just what percentage you got?
Use that second one.
Yes. So yeah.
You
anyway.
passed. Yay.
Yes, you have passed your midterm.
These get degrees.
What is Fiona doing now? Like now that this is, I'll say timeline wise, like you probably finished your final. It would have been the night after, because I think you all rested, right? You all rested at the inn and then like went out the next day to the Steel Kings, I think, to the docks.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Fiona was like, "Oh shit, I have a test."
That was before. That was the night like before you got to Y and like the documents and all of that. Fiona left.
Yes.
Because we needed to write Mel out for last episode. So, but
Yeah.
so yeah. So nah, you're good. So Fiona goes and takes your you take your final. You do well. I think probably crash in your dorm, and then the next morning, this will be about the same time that everyone is arriving at the southern docks. What is Fiona doing?
Since Fiona would have no idea that the others had left, so to speak, or let alone where, she would have returned to the barge right just to see, or hopefully under the impression that they're still there. And she'll kind of look around, I think, just to see if she'll recognize if any of them are in the crowds of drunkards at 9 a.m.
Yeah, so it's pretty dead.
I think
Oh, go ahead.
Miss Buttersby would have left her a message at the desk or something like that. Very formal card that is like written out.
So beautiful calligraphy.
Yeah, beautiful. And it says like, "Miss Pendergast, we are out on an excursion to the docks." And then I put like a compass, and I put a southern symbol on it, so it's not specifically clear where we are, but it is. So it's not specifically written down, but it's Miss Pendergast is quite the brain. She'll work it out.
Rad. Okay. Yes. So you roll into the barge right. The bartender, the guy who is there all the time, seems to just work constantly. Is like,
My man.
"Oh, your friends left you a note." Hands you the thing from Teddy, and is headed to the southern docks.
I feel like the letter is going to have like a wax seal that I'm not going to want to break, honestly, because I'm that sucker for stationery. But
same, babe, same.
You don't have to break it. You can peel it off.
It's just, instead of being signed, it's stamped with Teddy's like family crest
Signet
wax
ring
seal down at the bottom. Yeah, the signet ring style.
So yeah, Fiona will read the note, and considering how possibly shady some of this stuff is, Fiona will think for a minute about a possible ruse that she could come up with before she starts migrating her way over there as well.
All right. So yeah, I think kind of timing wise, Fiona probably gets to the docks around the same time that I think probably with the way that everything's going, the same time that Teddy is like delivering sandwiches to the dockmaster. And I think with that lineup of time, Ruin was like in the barracks having joined the Steel Kings, and Saoirse was like talking with the random guy that was like the dock worker, and then
It was like,
sneaking.
stop asking questions.
Yes.
You're gonna get yourself hurt. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So Fiona rolling up to the docks. There are lots and lots of people around, people working, kind of, as we said last time, a number of people who seem to sort of just be loitering around, but like purposefully loitering, who are all wearing the Steel King insignia in some way. So what would Fiona like to do?
If no one in the group is within eyesight, so to speak, Fiona actually wants to study to see if there is like an easy way to get in, or possibly there is one of these doors is not like the other one of these doors. And on top of that, I just want to double check with my lore master. I just realized I forgot my glasses. Can't get into character yet. I would like to do, if I get the right one. I would like to do Flash of Insight, so that I can use my study action, which I managed to actually get the deets onto the Google sheet.
Perfect.
Around the suggestive GIF that somebody put on my sheet.
Hey man, yours is so tame by comparison.
Yeah, comparatively. Yeah. Don't worry, I'll add more.
No!
You all get a new GIF every week.
That's the new clock. Is every time you fail a check, a new GIF.
When you show up, you get a GIF.
Yeah.
That's how we collect them.
Yeah,
it's like
exactly.
a gold star for arriving.
I love it.
So I'm
yeah.
hoping that's feasible, if possible.
Yeah, you're investigating a location. So, yeah, go ahead and give me an insight check. And how many? You've 1 point in this, so you can ask one question basically.
Yes.
When you do this, when you roll a 13 or higher.
Alrighty, here we go. Ooh. God damn it.
You can spend a Fabula point.
Yep, I'm gonna spend
Friendly
a
reminder.
point.
But you do have to like say what you're invoking to be able to spend it. So like what trait of yours are you? Traits? Yeah.
I think to piggyback off of having such a good test, not getting that A+ that she was hoping and praying for. She's like, no, I can't take failure. I don't know if that's a viable one.
So you would invoke one of your your bond or your origin, any of that kind of stuff.
Is it like a theme? A traits theme?
Theme, whatever. Traits are bond, theme, or origin.
Oh.
Okay.
Identity, theme, origin.
Sorry, identity, theme, origin, and or bond.
On your sheet, it actually says like traits on the left going up, like so you can see that whole box is the traits.
So I will actually say for the traits, it's ambition. Because considering how she flopped and forgot she had her final to do, she doesn't want to leave the rest of the crew, behind and not pull up to the expectations. So, all right, let's see. Whee. It was worse.
Oh.
What did you roll?
I rolled a 5.
Oh,
All right.
yeah.
Yeah. Not much around, man. There's a lot of chaos in the docks. Like it is, you're there sort of in the height of the early morning shipments getting unloaded, and there's just been. I think there's a lot going on. I think Fiona just can't really discern anything super helpful off of any of that.
I also don't think she would frequent the docks all too much. She's used to the busy that's at a school setting, not necessarily busy, I think, for a reality setting, like people actually doing their jobs, and she's just not a glorified student. I think with that, she'll walk towards somebody who she believes will have like some sort of rapport, like somebody who seems to be more giving orders to other people who are on the docks, with the hopes that she could ask for directions, so to speak.
Okay. I mean, there's lots of dock workers around. There's also the Steel Kings. So it's kind of up to you who you would go ask.
She might just be direct and go right towards somebody with the Steel King's insignia. Is it her brightest idea? Probably not, but she wants to find her friends. So
Ruin did something similar. Just walked up. Hey.
Yeah, so she'll walk up towards somebody who's like nearby who has the insignia for the Steel Kings. Pardon me, sir. I was hoping that I would be able to ask you for some directions.
Where are you trying to get to?
Well, I happen to be a college graduate of the, wow, I can't talk, my brain, the flu hasn't left me yet. I happen to be one of the students who were over at the College of the Lady, and I actually was asked to be of assistance to some of your compatriots. More of a tutor, if anything.
Interesting. Okay. Give me a willpower check.
Willpower.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, not bad. That's not bad. So we're going to do 1, 2. Hey, we did all right. 13.
Okay, yeah. You must be here for the new mage recruits. Yeah, just around the corner. Here, take this. And he pulls out like a basically like a day pass kind of thing that's like, it's not the insignia, you're not joining the Kings, but like it's enough to like get you by.
I have a hall pass.
Yeah. Just the first warehouse around the corner. Don't go in the second one, and definitely don't go in the third one.
I'll be sure to follow your instructions precisely. Thank you, sir. And I'll just take the card and I'll just start walking.
Cool. So that kind of catches you all up to about the same place at this point. Saoirse, you were looking in the third warehouse and kind of noticing that it was pretty much just empty and dead, that you couldn't see anything inside, but like it looked a little too perfect. Like it looked a little too much like an old warehouse that didn't have anything inside of it, and you realized that it was charmed or enchanted to like.
Yeah, enchanted. Like every time I thought I saw something shiny would catch my attention elsewhere, and every time I thought I could hear something, a dog would bark. But it was happening too consistently, so I was able to figure out that it was enchanted.
Yep. So yeah, I guess what is Saoirse doing now that you've like sort of scoped out that warehouse? This is all timeline-wise. Everyone is now over by the warehouses. Ruin has just freed the Masura. Teddy is serving sandwiches to everyone. Fiona is about to walk into the warehouse where Teddy is serving sandwiches. And Saoirse is scoping out the third warehouse and has finished doing that. So what are you doing now?
Now I would have received the victory tone notification, or like got that sense of
Yep. I think all
victory?
of you at this point, like even Fiona having like walked in about this time, you don't know what's going on, but you have a very like, oh, someone has accomplished something.
My spidey senses are tingling.
It's that thing where you and like you're playing an MMO and like your friends have advanced a quest that you're not on, and it's just like, talk to this NPC, and you're like, who is that? What is happening?
You're in the middle of doing something, and out of nowhere you've got a cutscene playing, and you're
yeah.
like, "Wait, I didn't trigger this."
I didn't do
like,
this.
Like, damn it, I
Fucking
walked
dragon
away.
flies across the screen. Where? What?
Yeah, I think that my curiosity about this enchantment is way too high. Like, I've got the sense that someone's achieved something. I'm like, cool, I can focus on something else now. So, do I have a strong enough sense that, or how enchantments work? Like, is it a particular rune that can be like drawn on something and then it enchants that area, or is it like a spell cast on that object, or like if it is a rune, can I try and find it and then like
so
tarnish it?
this would
Like-
be kind of like the result of ritual magic, and like probably
What?
ritual magic that has been like built up over time. So in the Fabula system, ritual magic is basically just any magic that isn't related to an actual spell and typically doesn't happen in combat. It can happen in combat, but it's a little different. Like you set a clock for it and do some stuff there. But yeah, basically,
If you're familiar with like Monster of the Week, it's the difference between like the spells and like magic stuff that you get out of a playbook versus the like big magic rules.
it's what D&D wants to do with the ritual tag and being like,
Yeah.
oh, it takes 10 minutes, so fucking an eternity in combat.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
yeah, so you could try to counter it with your own ritual. I would say Intropism is actually probably a good
I
like
get.
counter to
Yeah.
that. It's gonna take you
So
a while.
I may perform rituals whose effects fall within the ritualism discipline. But I haven't taken that.
No, you get that for
You
free.
get-
That's one of your
yeah, as-
Entropist free benefits.
Ah, because there's a skill in here. You may perform rituals whose effects fall within the entropism discipline. Entropism rituals use insight willpower for the magic check.
That
Right,
should
so
just
the-
be part of your character.
So
So it's not like
rituals
the 7
have
where I
different like
spend-
D&D has like schools of magic, like conjuration, abjuration, that kind of stuff. Rituals have different disciplines. So any entropist could do ritualism discipline. You have to take the skill
Yes, to do
entropism
yeah.
discipline. I'm trying to find where the ritual pages are because then it
Page
explains
191 is the
for
entropist.
rituals.
Yeah, 118. So regular ritualism is extract magic from an object, activate a soul circuit, sense the presence of magic. So yeah, I guess if you could tell me, like, those are like examples of what you could do with it. So the way that this works, like, these are pretty major like spells to do. I mean, honestly, not to be like kind of railroady in this, like, this is gonna be probably a major ritual, and like that's gonna take 40 MP with an DL of 13, and you're at least casting it at a large area size, which means it's times 3. So you need 120 MP
120 mind points
to do this ritual. Which is basically just like you could figure out like a system to do that. Like that's the thing, but it's less of a spontaneous like spur of the moment thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, just because this is like
Well-
a pretty built up spell that's already here, undoing it would be
If it was just on like a door, then it would only be the like 40 mind points because that's more of like an individual scale. It's that times
Yeah,
3
yeah.
multiplier of it being on like a whole warehouse. By the way, the ritual
Yeah.
system is so dope, and I can't wait for us to like use it some more. But yeah,
Yeah,
this
I'm gonna
is
dive
little
into
big,
it.
little
magic.
little spoilery thing. I have a entire fight at one point that is going to be based around the ritual system, and so
Ooh.
it's going to be very fun. I'm excited for that one.
Hell yes.
But yeah, so I guess so. The other thing, I don't know that I said this last time. You're also getting some pretty like, now that you know that there's a spell there, now that you know that there's like an enchantment on the warehouse, you're getting some pretty heavy like your spidey sense is tingling. You're like Fey, like this magic feels wrong. Sense is really kind of going off. This seems dangerous. Like it's not it seems like it's kind of covering up some enchantments that could be like very, very dangerous, with the enchantments to just be like, please look the other direction.
Okay, so oh yeah, because if says the presence of magic, so I'd be able to identify what type of magic, like
Yeah.
Cool, okay. Oh, I really wanted. All right. Once Sasha spent a little bit of time figuring that out, she'll get really frustrated that she's not able to do anything about it, because if there's one place she can get into, she's going to get into it, and being barred has just like ruffled her proverbial feathers. She doesn't like being locked out.
I think as that happens, her little fey nature, a couple feathers like appear on her shoulders and like ruffle.
Yeah.
Literal ruffled feathers.
The tips of her ears get like the feathered as well. Cool. So then, all right, she will go up onto the roof. So there's the third warehouse that we can't get into, and then there's one in the middle, and then there's one on the left as well.
Yeah, so the first one is where the barracks is. That's where Teddy and Fiona now are. Ruin is in the second warehouse with the person you're trying to save.
Yeah. All right, I'll jump across onto the roof on there and just try and see if there's any way in, if like skylights, anything like that. Because I don't know where Ruin and this
Masura
is. Missoura. I don't know where they are, so I'm snooping.
Yeah, I think it's easy enough for you to
steal stuff
to find your way in. It is a pretty big open warehouse, so I think you could probably find like an upper window, like a ventilation window that you just kind of like crawl through. You make your way into the warehouse.
Sweet. I'm keeping a lookout for obviously the main objective of the mission, but also if there's anything like small gems or like any brooches, anything valuable, like it's small enough that if I take a couple here and there, it's not really gonna be noticeable.
Okay.
Steal.
Yeah. We'll come back to that. We're gonna jump over to Teddy real quick, and get Teddy in here. So, Teddy, as you are making food for everybody, I guess is there anything special you're doing? Anything you're trying?
Well, she saw Ruin walk off to what looks like a closed up, locked up warehouse, and then she just received the bling of a mission well done, and so she knows now that she needs to keep attention in this direction and away from that. So she wants to try and gather people and rile them up for a knife throwing contest, just like a little ways out the way, and just see if she can, keep everyone, and anyone that's curious is going to be looking this way. Anyone that's just wants to be a bystander will be looking this way. Trying to keep everyone's eyes this direction.
Anyone who doesn't want to get hit by a knife will be looking this way.
Exactly. So it's
incredible.
Yeah, exactly. I'm trying to rile up a few of the boys or whoever's there, because you did say boys, and so that's now what's stuck in my head. But yeah, anyone that's there.
Yeah, cool.
Try to put on wages.
Give me a willpower check.
Fuck yes. if I just do things confidently enough, I get to use just my best skill every time.
When you're trying to rile people up, I mean, it's like persuasion.
Yeah,
It's a willpower thing. Yeah.
that's what she's built for. I think that's 2D willpower. 2D gems. You got this. It's not fantastic. It's an 8.
Okay. Yeah, I think we're gonna make this kind of a like multi-part thing. I don't know if it's gonna be exactly a clock, but like we're gonna basically treat that as like
Should we do a clock that is get the package out?
Escape.
yeah. So I put one in there that's find the box
There is?
stealthily and escape. We can put that in there. Those are kind of related.
Oh, incorrect public key for
where are
this
they
tower.
again?
Oh, here, let me see if I can share it again.
Yeah.
Yeah, so with that here, sorry, I'm trying to find there you go. It's that one there.
There we go. Yeah.
Just have the link on it.
Nice.
So yeah, I think the gathering information one is dead. You've successfully
We killed it.
done
We
that
did it.
one.
We slayed the
I
clock.
think I can just delete it. There we go. We still have the Steel King suspicion. And so what I'm gonna say is with an 8, you are gonna tick up the suspicion by 1.
I'll use a Fabula. Can I use a Fabula
yeah.
point? I should
Yeah,
have
if you
said
wanna-
that actually.
Yeah, that's fine.
I would like to. Let's give it a go because like
Yeah.
that's.
And you don't have to re-roll both dice. If one of those was a spectacular roll and the other one was middling, you can keep it.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
you can selectively re-roll depending on like, if you roll like a 6 on a D10, you might keep that and just try and chuck the other one.
That's what it was. It was
Oh.
a 6 and a 2. So
I
I
thought you
might
had to
do. I
re-roll
just can't
both.
find this. It
No, you
doesn't
get to
matter. I need to.
re-roll
I was
any
trying
number.
to find the 6 on it so I could put it up, and I couldn't find it. I'm like, I don't need to do this. It's okay.
I know
like
it
you
was
can
a
just
6.
re-roll. Yeah. Oh, okay. Okay, I got an 8. So what is that? 14. Whoa.
Okay.
Okay, that's a big jump. Yeah.
Yes. Absolutely. So in
Okay.
that case, that will just probably, I think, that will just reduce the Steel King's suspicion by
Nice.
2.
Ooh.
It was not 6
Because it's
ahead.
above 3.
It was it was a
Yeah.
10 that you were trying to beat. So that's
Okay.
3 above with a 14. So yeah, I think Teddy. I guess how does Teddy start the knife throwing competition?
She's like, a mercenary's hand is only good as his as his aim. Shall we have a competition? And she is beginning to pretty much be like, do you think that you could best my skills? You witnessed the culinary skills. Would you like to see another trick? And she's trying to like gather as many as she can to do this. And she's not trying to hide her skill or anything like that. She's very much boasting to do so as she gathers them. And we've just like set up some dumb target, I think. And
This is
Okay.
Billy.
Yeah,
been
yeah.
with us.
So I think as you're like kind of like not boasting, but like putting that out there is just like, hey, does anybody want to do this? A guy walks up to you with just too many knives. It's too many. This guy that walked directly out of Cyborg, he's just strapped to the fucking 9s.
a man after my own heart. I see the fire in your eyes.
And a knife throwing competition, eh?
Yes. That voice is a bit creepy, but yes.
It's a guy with too many knives in a gang. What do you think he's gonna sound like?
Dude is going. This is 100% the dude that like, oh, my knives are poisoned, and then licks
Yes.
them for like
Yeah.
effect, and then doesn't realize like
Dies.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Well, Chili, you want to put your money where your mouth is? And I jingle my pence.
A wager. Ah, yes, let's put some money on this. And to make it interesting, he like pulls a random
More
dude out of the audience
interesting.
and like stand here, and puts him, and then he like pulls out a deck of cards, and again just all of these fucking knives to the point that he pulls one out and you're not even sure where it came from. He sticks 5 knives in the wall around this guy with the cards hanging from them. And the cards are like basically the equivalent of like the 10 jack, queen, king, ace of spades. And so he's like, whoever hits for the most points takes it all.
Beautiful. Sounds like a deal.
And obviously, killing our friend here is immediate disqualification.
Of course. Of course.
The guy standing there's like, what?
I don't like that that's a rule. I don't like that.
Yeah, like once we've gone over the rules, like Teddy's like walking around to like the crowd that's like hopefully gathering, and she's just like, a contest worth watching, a wager worth making. Come closer and make your bets. She's like trying to bring everyone in as close as she can, and she's being loud.
Absolutely, everyone is like in for this.
Nice.
And I think you recognize that the guy who is challenging you here is not just an average Steel Kings member.
Ooh.
You're not sure who he is, but
His badge has got a silver or gold rim around it to denote his status within the...
yeah, sure. Fuck yeah, I love
He's
that.
wearing 6 badges.
Yeah.
Um,
Good
how many
afternoon.
gyms he's
My
beaten.
name is Russell. It's
his gym badges, exactly.
Yeah.
It was
But
beautiful.
yes, he yeah, so we're gonna cut quickly to Fiona, who walking into the first warehouse that you were sent to sees a crowd having gathered around. And I think, yes, the first of the knives kind of flies forward and sticks into the wall next to you, with this terrified looking guy, and a very creepy looking, covered in tattoos, extremely tight haircut. I guess I didn't describe what this guy looks like, other than the fact that he had too many knives.
I think we all have a very vivid image of what this man probably looks like. So.
Yeah.
Bald, absolutely bald.
No, tight haircut, like very like
Okay.
almost military tight haircut, with these like very tiny round glasses.
Oh,
the
it's
very-
no. Oh no.
And just the majority of his body is covered in tattoos.
I'm suddenly getting images of Elijah Wood's character from Sin City, but if he was dishonorably discharged at some point in the
Okay.
past, and like,
Yeah.
Oh, no.
horrifying.
Yes. So yeah, as you walk in, and I think then sort of shockingly, looking around, you see that guy, and then you see Teddy, who is holding a knife by the blade, like closing one eye, and is about to throw the knife at this.
No, like
no?
both eyes open.
Oh no, that's not how you throw a
Gotta
knife.
keep your eyes on the prize.
Keep your eyes on the prize.
That's cool. Okay.
Don't flinch.
Both eyes open. Yeah, fucking give me dexterity. Or I guess
Me?
no.
Oh, thank
Teddy.
Actually, depending on how Teddy rolls, I might have to do something else, so I need a minute.
I guess we'll call this dexterity willpower. I think this is a fun like mixing of like confidence and ability. It's that classic like you get better at darts the more you drink, and like the more confident you are in yourself, the better you are at things. And so
That's 2. No, wait. That's a 6. I was like, that's 2 9s, but they
Ooh, that
landed
would've
the
been
same direction.
Oh,
So
yeah.
a 6 and a 9. So
Okay.
9, 10, 11, 12,
15.
13, 15.
Yeah. So, which card were you aiming for? High value is worth more.
Yeah, the highest value that's available still.
Rad. So yeah, you see your competition's first knife hit like just in
I
the
wanna,
wood
like-
of the wall.
I want to like hit it if you let me add some flavor. Like I want to
Yeah.
hit the knife so that it like the 2 knives create a heart in the card.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, you see his knife is like centimeters off of hitting the ace, and so the ace has not been claimed yet. So your knife tumbles forward and just pierces directly into the ace, forming like a nice little heart shape with the knives. Yeah, Fiona.
Immediately
There's Teddy.
closes the door.
No, it's an open warehouse, I think.
Yeah,
it's like
it's
open.
Okay.
You just walked through an entrance.
Close the door. You just as you close this big warehouse door.
I
cards
thought it was
start
coming
moving.
towards the door, so I thought I opened it and it was hitting that way.
No.
So, oh my god.
It hits. There's a
thank
guy
you, Bobby.
standing against the wall next to you. 5 cards on that wall. 2 knives now in it as you've walked through the door into this crowd of people who have gathered to watch this creepy looking dude and Teddy throw knives at someone.
Oh, well, looks like someone drew a poor hand, didn't they? And I'm just gonna sneak towards the back just a little bit and just let Teddy do her magic of distracting everybody, because I'm gonna try and while Teddy has them distracted, I just want to like take a brief like glimpse around the area just to kind of see what it is I'm working with in the room, and also trying to see if the other 2 are even there. Since I saw Teddy, I figure the other 2 are not that far off.
Yes.
Don't
so,
forget to take a sandwich as you pass by. There's like a
Immediately
tray
takes
of them.
said sandwich and just goes.
There's like a tray of delicious ones, so just help yourself.
a castle
takes
of
the-
sandwiches.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm not a heathen. I take one of the ones that's from the bottom that hasn't been touched yet because I don't
The
know
whole
who's
castle
The whole,
falls over.
the whole castle just. My castle.
Ruin the structural integrity of the sandwich castle.
Look, if you go to a bookstore, you can't take the front book. It's the same thing with sandwiches. So, I'm taking one that hasn't been touched yet.
Everyone's manhandled that front book.
Mm-mm.
My favorite kind of book. The one that's been handled by everybody. Anyway.
A well-loved book is a loved book.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. We will cut back. Saoirse, as you're exploring around, you find some like various trinkets and stuff. We're not even gonna. You don't even need to like really roll for it. This warehouse is like chock full of all sorts of random things. Clearly, like just kind of skimming off of the top of the shipments that are coming in, as well as like a number of illegal items that they're like transporting in and out of the city. It's nothing like super interesting. Like some of it is like Arcana tech, but you notice that like those rooms have people in them appraising the items and like checking them before they're locked up. The stuff that's out and easily navigable is like there's some jewels, there's some gold, there's some like you see probably like a stack of like papers and like shipping manifests that like in the right hands might be worth something. But yeah, so just kind of wandering through, grabbing items, not really drawing too much attention to yourself. As you turn a corner, you come face to face with Ruin, and the two of you are together with Masura. What would you like to do?
I've got like the shipment manifest because that's definitely something I would take. What you doing?
Oh, just making a friend.
Hello.
Hi, friends.
This is another person that was sent by Y. Just that.
Glad to know that, and not that they're just another member of
Yeah,
the
we don't
Kings.
We don't have to kill the killer.
You see,
it's okay.
Masura has like just the smallest of flames burning in her palm as a
Ooh.
spell that like was about to attack, was about to like just fucking incinerate whoever just
We've been
stumbled
spotted.
on them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, no, put the fire away. Saoirse,
Yep.
you are much
Here's a
better at this.
flammable.
Yeah, don't. Basara was looking for a small, like yay big-ish box of a nice wooden box with the magician's symbol on it. As soon as we find that, we can out of here.
Oh. Did I see that upstairs?
Not yet. No one has,
Damn it.
you've not seen that box yet, but it stands to reason that, and I think Masura kind of explains, like, it would be a pretty valuable thing. They would probably be keeping it in a room that was at least somewhat guarded. They're operating a little bit on hubris here, and like the idea that no one would be doing this, but they are not stupid, and so they do have like a person in the rooms with the more sensitive items, and so yes, it seems to stand to reason that like it probably is still in the room that like Masura saw it in originally, and that was just how she got caught.
Yep. And just because Miss Buttersby had mentioned like the different brooches and everything having like silver rings or like the hierarchy on them, the patch that I've taken, is that just stock standard lackey or?
Yeah, it just kind of,
Damn.
yeah.
We don't have any special ones. We're flying by the seat of our pants here.
Mm-hmm.
Miss
Okay.
Buttersby's aiming for a promotion soon, though, so don't stress.
I reckon she's getting pretty close. Okay.
So, Masra,
Well.
where is that room?
Yeah. Because I've got these shipping stuffs. I could probably mess around with them a little bit and make them look like documents, and I can go in and get it. And then if it all turns to shit, I can just get out.
Yeah. Just need you to lead us to that room.
Sure.
And tell me what's in it, just in case.
It's just a locked box. There's some very sensitive materials inside.
Any sort of
Such
clues?
as?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I suppose you're helping me. It's a pure, refined arcanium from the colleges that seems to have gone missing on its way into the city. In the wrong hands, it could be quite bad.
All right.
So
Well,
it's
let's find it.
refined arcanium. Okie dokie.
I saw it last in this room over here, and she like leads you around. As you get closer, there are like more guards in this area. They don't seem to be giving you too much of a look just yet, but if you try to do anything more than just like standing in the warehouse, they will, we'll start to roll for it, and we'll check how that goes.
Okay. So we need to constantly be looking busy and as though we belong.
Yeah, and we'll call
Okay.
this our first like roll for this clock. If you toss me, whoever wants to, well, we'll do a group check. It seems like Saoirse is maybe leading the like stealthiness of this. So basically, everyone involved will roll a dex check. But
Oh no.
Hell
we're
yeah.
doing, so this is just a like group check. So as the leader,
Oh, I have one divination point left.
yeah, so hold on.
Nice.
Don't roll just yet, Taylor. The way that group checks
Okay.
work, similar to like it's the same as an initiative check. So you're gonna roll together, well, sort of together. So everyone follows the leader. Saoirse is gonna be the leader in this case. the supporting characters perform a support check, which is the same as the one that the leader rolls, but with a difficulty level of 10, just a fixed difficulty of 10.
Yep.
So if you pass that, it gives a +1 to the leader's roll. So
And then plus they get a plus equal to the greatest bond of any character that's
Yes.
supporting them.
yes.
Okay, I think I'm the only supporting one, so here we go. The Dex, not
Masura
my
is going to
strength.
roll as well.
2 and a 1.
Oh god.
Amazing.
There wasn't much hope. I only have D6 for Dex anyway.
Any chance I can transfer a Fabula point?
No.
towards-
This
Damn
is
it.
this
All
is
right.
not like I was gonna ask for a different stat, but since we have to have the support match the lead, then it totally moot. So I'll save mine for a separate check. But I do have a bond of 1 strength with Saoirse, so I'm at least given a +1.
Yes. So you're muted, Taylor.
Damn it, I think I've been muted that whole time. Because yeah, I've got admiration as a bond with Ruin.
So this Masura also did not roll well. So you're not getting a plus from that either. But you do have a +1. This is going to just be a dex check for you, Taylor, +1. So let me know what you roll.
Oh, I rolled. Oh,
Uh-oh.
fuck. How does. Hang on.
If you have something in your identity, your bond, not bond, your identity, your theme, or your origin, you can invoke it and spend a Fabula point to re-roll 1 or both dice.
Does that work on a fumble?
No,
No.
you get a Fabula point. Congratulations,
Yeah.
but the fumble stands.
You're a winner.
You're a
rolled
winner. Yay!
2-1.
Insane.
Oh my
And,
god.
I mean, I could. I don't think a fumble. I don't think I can use my divination on a fumble, can I?
You
Oh,
can, I think, but I think it stays. There's something weird with that. That's the Entropist, right? That does that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
If it was not a fumble nor a critical success, you may
Yeah.
force that creature to re-roll both
Yeah.
dice. So that,
On that.
I love in this system how sticky fumbles and crits are. Is that the
Oh, yeah, it
game
was not a
doesn't want
fumble.
you getting rid of those.
But you can
Yeah.
use your Lucky 7. That's if that's what
Ooh.
you're talking about. I don't know if you're talking about. You have your divination
Oh,
spell.
I have my divination spell up, but I do have my
yes.
lucky 7, so I can replace one of them with a 7,
Yes.
which I will. So that gives me an
8.
8. Oh, I still get the Fabula point though, don't I?
Yeah.
Regardless,
I
or
don't
because I'm
know.
changing it, I no longer
Because
get.
you're changing it out of a fumble, I wouldn't
Yes,
think you
I
do.
think it's no longer a fumble. There's some stuff that
Okay.
says like it changes. There's like something special with fumbles sometimes, but I think in this case, you're just like fully replacing that roll.
Yeah.
When you re-roll, sometimes a fumble like still sticks, but I think in this case you're not.
It's on page 40. When both dice rolled during a check show a 1, the result is a fumble. No matter the modifiers, a fumbled check is always a failure, not due to the character's incompetence, but because of some unfortunate twist. When you roll a fumble, whoever controls your opposition in the scene gets an opportunity.
Yeah. There's also.
I think-
I don't think I can change it.
You could change it, but you would be changing it out of a fumble, so you wouldn't get a Fabula point, and
I
you'd be
wouldn't get the
rolling an
Fabula point?
8. Yeah.
8 plus the. Yeah, so I get an 8,
Plus
and
the
then I
plus
get.
1, so it'd be 9.
So it'd be 9. That's still technically a fail.
You
But
could,
it's not a fumble.
if you wanted to, spend a Fabula point on top of that. Since it's now not a fumble, you can
Because
spend
now
Fabula
it's not.
points on it. You could spend it to invoke a bond. It depends if it's DL10. Is she just aiming for
yeah,
a 10?
Yes.
I don't know what the thing. Okay.
So in that case, you could invoke the bond with Ruin for a Fabula point of like you
Mhm,
don't want to screw this up in front of Ruin, and that would add up
Yeah.
another +1.
Yeah, 1000%. I don't, because I admire you. Like, I've seen how strong you are and how capable you are, and I'm just this weak little squish. So, okay, I've changed one of my D10s to a 7, spending a Fabula point to re-roll my other one.
Well, you don't just, it's not to re-roll, it's to, you could just add, so you could spend a Fabula point to just add the strength of your bond with Ruin, which is +1.
Which
So-
would then be a 10.
Which would then be a 10
Oh, which would-
exactly.
Okay.
Because you've got 7 and 1
Seven-
on the
so
dice,
eight.
8, +1 for the group check, 9, +1 by invoking a bond
Plus
for a
my
Fabula
Fabula
point,
point. Oh.
10.
Okay.
So you just meet it.
So I just, okay, cool. Yeah. Let's do that. Okay.
Sheboygan.
How do I have
We can-
9 Fabula points?
That's,
You
Oh,
do
shit.
not have 9.
there's no
I
way.
should not have 9 Fabula points. I think that's supposed to be
That
a
might-
4.
I think that's, or it was either that or you put XP in the Fabula point box,
Yeah.
because we do have 9 XP right now.
That's what I did, because my experience points is sitting at 4.
So it's 4 Fabula points. Well, now it's 3 Fabula points. Yeah. That
You
seems
can't
much
use
more
your
reasonable.
entropist ability to manipulate time and space. In
Lucky
real
number
time.
7, Fabula points. I
Watch
have
me.
7 Fabula points now.
Okay, yeah.
Amazing.
So yeah, so that is a success then, with a lot
Hooray!
of work.
Had to work
I was
for it.
so tempted. Apart, if it was anyone but Ruin with me, I would have accepted the fumble and let the dice tell the story.
No,
Don't
it
worry.
works. That's
I'll
great. Yeah.
I'll fumble the next thing. Don't worry. We'll get
Uh,
a chance.
No.
Cool. So that basically puts us to. This clock is wrong. Hold on. Sorry. It should be a 4. There we go. That puts us to 1 tick on the finding the box stealthily clock without anyone learning anything or like discovering you guys. So, yeah, you kind of make your way around. I think you find your path through some of the boxes around towards the back of one of the rooms, the room that Masura is pretty sure the box was in. And so you kind of like find your way through without drawing too much attention, and without anybody really seeing the 3 of you. So, yeah, I mean, we would cut back to Teddy, but in classic Haley style, she's just walked away. So whatever, man. I guess.
She's retrieving her knife.
Yes.
She's back.
Uh-huh.
With a Dougie.
No, well, now we're going somewhere else. So no. Yes, Teddy.
Monster.
Give me. Let's see. So, ooh. His
No.
next dagger is just a clean splits the king in half, like it is a perfect
Ooh.
cut. So he will take well, we're gonna claim the rules of this are if you stick it in the board behind, it's a point. If you stick it in the card, it's 5 points. And then whoever has the most at the end wins. So he's at 6, you're at 5. But it's your throw. So
Well struck. I applaud him on his good throw, and then I. Can I encourage myself?
I don't think so. I don't
cool.
know. I
That's
gotta
all
look at how the encourage works.
Let's.
Another creature
It
that you
says-
can hear, that can hear and
Yes.
understand.
Okay,
you.
cool, perfect. I did think so. I did think that, but I was like, fuck it, let's just quickly look. But no, that's fine. I roll my shoulders and flex my fingers and I go for another one. Oh, a 10 plus 5, 15.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. So that one, I guess, are you aiming for the queen then?
Yes,
so the king's been taken.
I'm so sorry. I don't actually understand the
There's
I'm
an
pretty
ace.
sure because I thought ace was lower, but then I realized no, ace is actually the
Ace is sometimes
highest, and then
higher.
I was like, fuck, I can't remember the rules of cards. So yes, I'm going for the next highest.
Okay, cool. Oh yeah, I guess that is what I said. So fucking, I'm gonna write down. your
I've got
points 'cause I made
ace
this
and
game
now
too-
queen, hopefully.
Too complicated. So that's
You
11.
made the improvised card
plus
knife
10.
throwing game way too
Yes.
difficult for yourself.
And he has 10 plus 1. So yeah, he's at 11. you are at 21 now. So yeah, sticking the queen. You've hit blackjack, and you do you do anything fancy with it, or is it just a nice clean?
As I was actually applauding his good throw, I unsheathed one of my blades, and I don't even turn around and just flick it behind me. And so but I keep eye contact with him, and I say, "Oh, did I get it?"
Amazing. I'm this fucking flashbacks to Ted Lasso here. Barbecue sauce.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Rad. We'll do one more just to kind of make it fun, because so we're not just rolling a thing and then going. But so he he I think
Did you do
kind
well?
of flustered at your just nonchalance, and like clearly he thought this was going to be a little bit easier than it is. He chucks one of his knives, and it like the guy standing against the wall, it just like nicks his arm and hits the wall behind him before the knife falls out. So he's still alive. He's not dead,
Yes.
but he does not get any points, and he's looking pretty flustered at the
I didn't realize he was someone that you were looking to hurt. I probably should have picked someone else for this position. Or were you merely giving him a fright?
Sure. We'll go with that one. It's your move.
Would you like to go again?
No. We follow the rules.
Oh, someone seems to be getting flustered, and I turn around and toss my knife. I actually aim this one. Oh no! I got a 6.
So that is not a stick. It is not a. You didn't hurt the guy, but your knife just kind of like clatters off.
Pings off the thing.
It doesn't quite stick in.
And I say, 1 for 1, and I make it sound like I pinged it off the wall on purpose to like give him another go.
Amazing.
Following the rules, and I step back.
Fiona, what are you doing in this moment as Teddy is fighting this guy? Hard to say what's happening.
Yes.
Well, enjoying
She's looking
the
for
show,
her husband.
enjoying the show a little bit while eating the sandwich. Just like, oh, good sandwich. Anyway,
It's
I
a
think,
fucking great sandwich.
Fiona, I think forgot to eat. I think she was so enamored with the idea of I have to be a student and ace my exam, she forgot to eat. So she's watching, kind of like mindlessly shoving the sandwich into her mouth and just like, mission. Okay, mission. So I think she definitely wants to leave all of that to Teddy so that she's not fucking that up, essentially, because she is not the talker. She's the thinker, she's not the talker. So I think, is there like a back door to this specific I was gonna say outhouse, that's not it. It's a warehouse. It's the wrong house. Is there like a back door or anything like towards to kind of like sneak out?
No, I mean, like, no one's gonna really be like looking at you if you walk away. Everybody's pretty engrossed with what's happening there. It's a pretty open warehouse. Like, with the doors open, it's more like a barracks style. You can kind of just roll out of the door if you want. You will be like potentially not in an area you're supposed to be with your little like hall pass, but most people seem to be pretty enthralled with what's happening here, and so you think you might be good for now.
I feel bad for leaving her alone though too, if anything hit. No? Okay, well,
Teddy's in her
I'm
fucking
going,
element
bye.
here.
I'm fine.
Yeah.
If anything, I'm just going to piss someone off, which could be bad, but I think they're a gentleman if they follow the rules.
Uh-huh.
I think it. Oh god. Oh shit. I don't want to leave Mrs. Buttersby by herself, but I don't want to fuck it up, and then I have no idea where the other two are. So I am tempted to kind of just like.
How good are you with money?
Just slowly slip
Is
away.
maths a high point?
Math.
Could you be collecting all of the bets?
I could. But there's only 2 cards left, so no. There's 1 card left. There's just the jack left, right?
Jack and the 10. There were
Jack and a
5
10.
Oh, I forgot the 10 was on there. Okay. Oh god, I don't know what to do. I think I'm just gonna vomitos my way out, and it's like, I think Mrs. Buttersby's got it. Just slowly kind of sideman step out of the warehouse and go to the second one, because I could easily say, oh, I'm so sorry. I thought the gentleman said it was the second warehouse, not the first one. My bad, my mistake. So I'm just gonna meander my way over to the second warehouse.
Okay, the second one is much more locked down. That's the one that Matt and Taylor are in currently. So yeah, finding a way in is going to be kind of difficult.
Okay.
But you can try.
I'll try. I don't know what that will
I
entail
mean,
for
so
what.
there's a door that has like one of those little slidey hole things. So you could try to just like walk in the front door. There's going to be a person there.
Fuck.
Or if you are stealthy and climby enough, you could try to climb in through the top window like Saoirse did. Or you could try to magic your way in.
If I magic, it's going to really announce that I'm there. So it's
Remember, magic doesn't have to be a spell you have. It could be you're using magic to do a thing that feels on brand for the type of magic you could do.
All right. Well, let me check really quick on where are you? Let me see, because I have the ability of elementalism. Let's see. Okay. As a ritual, if it's locked, so I think one thing would be to see if there's like an actual physical padlock like on the front of the door.
It's a door. It's got the little like sliding thing. There's a guy behind it. So like when you knocked on the door, like if you were to knock on the door, there would be a guy that would be like, what do you want? Basically.
Password.
Yeah.
Password. Okay.
Jinx.
Okay, so I have another idea. I don't know if it's gonna work. Instead of going to the front door, I want to just go around the side. And I want to know if this is viable, just because I'm putting putting a ritual in there for maybe an abstract, possibly not useful item. Is there any way, because for the elementalism rituals, it has things like walk on water, shape rock, snuff out fires, cause a rainstorm, like that kind of thing. Could I avatar Aang myself into the air to just jump up to the roof?
Yeah, so that wouldn't be a ritual in that case, because that's like big time, like rituals are like big time magic.
Gotcha.
So in this case, yeah, you would just be rolling like an insight. Probably call it like a
Same as
Insight
casting.
check.
I think it's insight willpower.
yeah.
Insight
That's a good
willpower
yeah.
for that.
Yeah.
Okay,
So yeah, we'll
in
do
that
that.
case, that is going to be a D10 and a D8. So these bad boys. My dice I got specifically for Fiona. Woo! That's a 13.
Cool. Yeah, absolutely. You like wind beneath your feet. Michael Jordan your way. I had to make sure I almost said Michael Jackson there, which would be very different. But Michael Jordan your way into the air. And yeah, I think very like Aang style, just like air walk, all the way up. Find the same window that Saoirse came through and like kind of float your way down on the inside. I will, for the like purpose of expedition, we will say that you find Saoirse, and I think probably as you're floating down, you see them sort of like walking around and like being stealthy, and you have that feeling of just like, that's probably them. Like you got like a nice look like down from the thing.
Top-down perspective.
Yeah. We switched to a top-down JRPG style here.
Yes. It's the one
Pokemon
stealth mission
style,
you have
yeah.
to.
But yeah, you managed to like find them pretty easily. And once
Alright.
again, Masura like turns with a flame in her hand.
This is another one of ours. Sorry, hold on.
Oh, you have a whole crew here. Hi.
Well,
How was your test?
Oh, passed with flying colors, aced it. But I can get further into the theology of wind magic and stuff in a little while, so that's for after all of this.
Give me a insight, Fiona.
Ooh. Okay. 10 and a 10. Right. Ooh. Hey, 13 again.
Okay.
Nice.
Masura looks kind of familiar. You're not 100% sure where you've seen her before, but you've definitely like seen someone who looks like her before. Just as a note. All right. You all together. We're gonna Haley, give me another insight or Dex willpower. We're seeing how this game goes. The last little bit of it.
10.
Okay. Yes, that is good enough. That is a just solid stick into the jack, which
Nice.
gets you even closer. That puts you at 31 points. He's at 12. He rolled a 9, so that's a stick into the wood.
Ooh, you hit it. Good job.
So he at that point like, well, I can tell when I've been bested. I suppose we are doing a good job recruiting now if we have people as talented as you entering our ranks.
I'd be more than happy to help you brush up on those skills of yours. I could tell that you had a couple of tricks up your sleeve too that I wouldn't mind learning from you.
Well, we'll see. This is about the amount of time I get to spend among the lower ranks in a day, but perhaps if we run into each other again, we could exchange some tips.
Ah, I see I'm speaking with someone at a higher rank then. Can I look at anything that denotes his as a higher level?
Yeah, so we absolutely the thing that you said.
He has
it
3
is,
gold
like,
rings.
Yeah. It is his like Steel King's logo, like emblem has like filigree of gold, like kind of inlaid into it, and seems to be much nicer than the sort of rank and file.
Well, I appreciate someone of your stature spending any time with me whatsoever. I hope to see you again in the future.
Well, I presume you've not gone through your initiation, so
Not yet.
maybe I'll see you there.
Oh, I hope so. I'll be looking for you.
Well, I'll be watching you. And with that, he kind of like fades
Ooh.
off.
Did we wait? We never actually set an amount on the wager, but I did want to make a wager.
Yeah.
I can't. I'm so sorry to say that now that I've
What
won.
do you? Yeah,
but
no,
like,
fuck it.
I don't know. I would have put up like 20 pence or
Sure.
something like that. What's
Yeah.
like a good amount? Yeah, I feel like 20 is a good chunk.
Yeah, that's like
without
a-
it
that's a
going
solid-
overboard or underboard.
Yeah. So
Yeah, cool.
you've earned 20 pence.
Fuck yes.
You see a bunch of people around you, like, visibly pissed off that their bets did not go through. Like, this was not an expected outcome.
This
for
was
you
an
No.
underdog.
Mhm.
And so, yeah, you see, like, a couple people who are just like, fuck yeah, like, I made a gamble here and it paid off. But, yeah,
Or can I
you're good to go.
Can I clock some of the people that did bet on me, and I just want to note them?
Yeah,
like-
sure. I think one of them is, like,
I don't know if that's
a couple of them are like the people who have been working in the kitchen with you and have like watched you throughout the day of like using
need
your
the
knife
knife
skills
skills.
and stuff.
Can I ask, how do I create a bond?
You can do it, I think, just during rest times.
Okay.
So
You can also do it off of crits. So if anything gives you
Yes.
an opportunity, one of the
Yes.
Okay.
opportunities you could take is forging or increasing a bond, I think.
Yeah,
Okay,
or
cool.
due to specific skills. Some skills give you the ability
Yes.
to forge bonds.
Yeah. Cool.
But yes, so
Cool,
so
cool.
like, for example, if when we go to the next rest scene, if you have now some like bond that you want to create, it doesn't have to be like created during the rest scene. It can be like,
Oh, it can be previous. It can be
yeah.
from the day.
yeah, like you can
Cool.
form a bond sort of like in that rest as you're like
Nice.
reflecting on the day or like whatever thing happens.
Mhm.
But yeah, rad. Okay, cool.
I've kept everyone distracted and
Mhm.
toward me, and I want to go around and to the people that did bet on me, and I want to like make introductions and keep myself like floaty and happy and on the good side of the people.
Yeah. You see the people who are like pissed
I
off.
am a woman
don't-
of the people.
Nobody seems to be like too angry at you. They're mostly just mad
Yeah.
that they've lost their bets.
Yeah.
But a few people come up and congratulate you. A few people are like, you've got the eye of Azaki, eh? Seems concerning.
Ooh.
I wouldn't want that.
Oh, that was his name.
Yeah.
You wouldn't want that. Why not? Someone of such stature? Paying attention?
Typically, it's best to keep your head down in the Kings. But,
That's
you
just
know,
not my style, unfortunately. But I
What?
guess we'll find out, won't we?
yeah, maybe we'll see you up there at the lieutenant level someday.
Would you mind telling me about this initiation coming up? Is this where we get our ranks? Our levels?
Ah, well, you'll start your level like all of the rest of us at the
Okay.
sort of. You're an initiate now. You've not been initiated, and once you're initiated, you'll be just a standard member.
Okay.
Prove yourself.
There
and
isn't
you'll
like
move
a
up.
jumping ranks and initiation or something like that. Damn it.
But you seem like the type that might move up quickly. Depends on, I
Oh,
suppose,
well,
your
thank you very much.
your penchant for cruelty and doing what needs to be done. But glad to have a sister in the cause that is as skilled as you are.
Oh, well, if I do end up rising the ranks, I will be sure to remember the ones that were kind to me in my beginnings.
Good to know. And we will cut back to the others.
Yes.
Go ahead.
I'm gathering as many people as I can to
Yeah.
talk to, just like trying to keep them interested in this newcomer that is like gotten the eye of what was his name?
Azaki. Azaki.
Thank you.
Almost there.
Yep.
Thought it was Izaki.
Azaki.
Azaki.
Okay.
Rad. Okay. So
By the way, good fucking creepy JRPG dude name.
Yeah.
Very.
Mhm.
I'm in it.
Yeah.
I'm out of character standing Azaki. I cannot wait to fight this dude.
he's definitely that like the hot villain that everyone doesn't
Mhm.
want to like, but like obviously
Yeah.
does. He's the one that gets cosplayed when you're not
Yes.
cosplaying
We
the
should
hero.
roll for
Yeah.
hotness while we speak. Roll for hotness, but he is automatically gets a +10. So
It's a D20 plus
Yeah.
10.
I
It's a
know,
19
right?
then.
That's how
He's-
hot he is.
Dang.
See? Exactly. See, it could have been higher, but he is just a 19. So like
That's
that's
true.
what I'm saying.
I'm definitely
Fair.
gonna put rules into this game that are just like determining fucking fan service rules. Like how hot is this
Yes.
character?
We need to
Incredible.
know.
I'm writing the fan service atlas for this book. It's
I was
happening.
worried. I was worried how close we were going to get to handsome Squidward for this man. So
Oh no,
no.
He was hot.
Incredible. Okay. Yes, everyone else. Everyone that is not Teddy, who is
Sorry.
now just gaining praise at an alarming rate. What are you are behind now to like kind of the general area of the room that has the box in it. We'll kind of expedite this a little bit. We will have everyone do something. Yes, Haley.
Just quickly, did I lower the Steel King suspicion any further with that shenaniganery, or do I need to roll for it?
Yeah, give me
Probably
one
increase
last willpower roll. We'll see how
Okay,
you're like.
I'm sorry. I just wanted to because I want
No, yeah,
to
you're
make
good.
sure we look.
So this
if
was like
if any of you
Matt's
guys do
about to roll
anything to
dice, he's
raise
gonna
it, I
cock it
want it
up.
to be low.
Yeah.
this is your like
Let me look.
the competition was the first couple. This will be the like follow up.
I got
Keeps
two
the games
sixes.
going.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a
Two
crit.
sixes. That's a crit. That's
Two
an
sixes.
yeah.
What,
Assuming it passes.
was it
with
insight?
12, but it
Insight?
should.
Or,
A 12.
wait,
Yeah,
what was
that
it?
passes. Willpower.
Nice.
Oh
So
hell yeah, crit!
You could. You could
What?
form a bond
yeah,
if you
yeah.
wanted
This
to.
is like your opportunities. You have a bond if you would like to form one. You create a bond towards someone or something, or add an emotion to one of your existing bonds. Crit successes don't have to pass either, Matt. Just as like a note, they
Yeah.
are
Oh, that's
automatic
right, yes.
successes.
You're right. My bad.
No,
Bring it
yeah,
on with
you're
Izaki.
good.
Now, question, guys. Do we should I just do like a bond with Steel Kings, or should I do it with Azaki?
Azaki. That is.
He's gonna be a boss battle later. Maybe we should have it towards.
I mean, this is the cool thing about this system is that nobody has to be a bad guy the whole time, right? Like this is
Yeah.
not like
Yeah.
D&D where your solution is like fight this guy. He could come up later and your ability to invoke a bond towards him could like impact a clock or
Mhm.
an outcome for him. Like you can
I
absolutely
also have
do
like
that.
a future skill in mind that would really work well if I did this.
Now remember,
Okay.
we need to use a Fabula point at the right moment to find your husband. So if we bring him into the equation,
He doesn't have a last name yet.
Yep, he doesn't. We don't know. I'm shipping it. I'm all in favor of this insanity.
Yeah, I
this
just don't know if I
sounds
should go
fun.
like specific or if I should go wide. Because if I go wide, I can invoke it more.
Metaing this for a moment.
Yeah.
If you really wanted an Azaki and a Steel King's bond, if we have a rest scene later on, we might all pick up a Steel King's bond just because that's currently
true.
like that seems very plot relevant. It could be something that we're all doing during like a rest scene, and we're like talking about everything that we just happened. So
Does that mean that he gets a bond with me too, or that's not how it works?
No,
Nope.
That's just
Okay.
you.
it's
just me.
just how you feel about him.
Yeah, beautiful. All right, cool. All right. Yes, I'm going to choose him then. I'm going to say that as I'm walking around giving everyone like talking and checking in with everybody, he kind of turns around. He does a double take that I don't notice, but he kind of goes like, "Oh, good sportsmanship." Like, you know, that vibe where he's just like, I don't know, maybe he has a little bit of like teamwork is good, but other than that, it's I'm a shit bag. So, who knows?
Yeah. He
I'm going to put him in my bonds.
Yeah, you are.
I was waiting for it.
Sweet, yeah.
And I'm gonna say admiration.
This is how you feel towards him. So
Yeah. What were where were the
admiration or inferiority, loyalty or mistrust, affection or hatred.
Yeah, but wasn't there a little like description of what each of these were?
Yeah, page 56.
Thank you.
Admiration.
I will figure it out. You can.
Yeah, you
Just
can learn a
pull
lot.
this shit up so fast.
I've got the book open,
think-
and we were talking
yeah.
about bonds, so I clicked to it.
Oh, okay. I have the physical books. It takes me
He's
a lot longer.
cheating with a
Yeah.
PDF.
Yeah. Cool. Okay, so we're gonna speed this up just a little bit. We will have everyone be doing something here, and that will kind of determine. There's 3 ticks of this box left, so instead of doing a group check again, we're just gonna have everyone do a check to try to like fulfill the clock. So I guess what would everybody want to do?
Unless there is something. Well, I guess we're in Fabula Ultima mode. I could just say what needs to happen for a skill to apply, but I think I'll still go with. I think Ruin's gonna go with like being the person who I'm gonna make it look like this room is being staffed, where
Okay.
it's like don't need to come in here. I'm here, just big, brawny, and just kind of giving that like fuck off energy to anyone else that might be anywhere
Okay.
nearby, so that the sneaky people can go and search and find the box and do the sneaky people shit.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, so walking around, like I'll say that you kind of like go around to the front of the room. So like you know,
Mhm.
there you were behind it, but now you kind of like moved your way to the front. there is somebody there that seems to be doing that job right now. So we'll just sort of scene this out as like, what does Ruin do? And like we can determine what the role is kind of off of that.
Okay. Hey, time for a break. Shift change.
Wasn't aware that we were changing shifts today. Who are you?
Ruin. Duh. Have we not met? Sorry. A lot of new faces around here recently.
I've been here for months. Are you new or?
I think I'm not new. I'm like old new. Right?
Sure. Well, no one told me about a shift change. Should we go talk to someone or?
Well, one of us should stay. So.
Nah, shit.
How about I'll stay since I went this far. Maybe I fucked it up. So you could go. So you know who to talk to make sure that it's not fucked up.
All right. Yeah. Give me. I think. Yeah. I'll say we can kind of take this a couple different ways. So it can either be a willpower roll that's just like you're trying to convince this guy to go leave this place alone, or if you want to basically like take a failure on the convincing and just like try to knock the guy out or like have a reaction to him not believing you, we can do that too. So I'll let you kind of choose like what you're rolling for.
Okay. I was angling for might willpower in this like go on get out I'm big enough like let's not make this an issue kind of thing. So and then if I cock it up, it's like okay, well, I'm just punching this guy, and that's gonna be suspicious. Now there's a body to deal with. Yeah. Oh God, why do we ever trust me to roll dice? Just genuinely calamitously awful. We didn't use your reroll.
2. No, so I have divination. I still have a divination, so take it.
Okay, so
did I use one of them last session?
I believe you used one of them last session.
I think. Okay, cool.
Can't remember what for, but you did. I can't remember what it was though.
Yeah.
That dice is gone. It's okay. I'm just gonna switch both dice because they both betrayed me. I was thinking like, oh, but divination makes me have to reroll both dice. Both of them were awful. Not much better. Oh God, my D10s are betraying me. That is only an 8.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna just take the failure. I'm not gonna try and re-roll right now. I think the it's like we get to a point where it's like I don't know about this, and I was just like, just like cold cock him and knock him out.
Yeah. So good thing is an 8 is like not that low, so like you're only gonna get 1 tick on the suspicion. But then go ahead and give me just like a might to see.
Oh Lord, my other D10 is down there. I need to find that when we go on break. That's the third 3 on a D10 that I've rolled. What's the other one?
Get rid of that 10.
A 5.
Not
good.
That's good enough for a nice just like knockout. It's not that hard to just like kind of clock this dude when he's not paying attention. I think DC of 7 or DL of 7 like makes sense for that, especially with Ruin's size and everything. So we'll go ahead.
But that's a 5 total.
A 5. Oh wait, I thought you rolled
both dice. I rolled a 3 and then I rolled a 2 to add to that 3.
All right, I gotcha.
We're in sad times over here.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. I think again, just sort of like expedition wise, we are gonna count that as 2 ticks on suspicion. You eventually managed to subdue him. Like, I don't think this isn't a failure in that like you didn't do the thing. This is a failure in like holy shit, that was loud. And so we will.
For the second time this mission, I have nearly filled the suspicion clock all on my own. I'm a detriment to the team. Continue on.
Stealthy missions.
when the anime is made, it's cutting between the two as I'm like getting like sweat bubbles are like getting bigger and bigger as I'm trying to like no, don't pay attention to the loud noises over there.
Look over here in the back. The sound of pots and pans and bodies falling.
Cool. Yes. I am gonna go ahead and just count that as like a tick on the clock of like moving the finding the box stealthily
Finding
up.
the box.
Because
I
it wasn't.
failed forward dramatically.
Yes. Mostly because I want to move forward with this. So, Fiona, how are you? What are you doing in this moment?
Considering I had imagined that now that Fiona's with the others, she was brought up to speed as to what they're looking for in the box. So with that in mind, I actually want to use my own aptitudes of magic to see if I can sense the box, if I can sense like the raw radiating magic, so to speak, to kind of do a homing beacon of like where to look for it, if not find the box immediately.
Sure. Yeah, I think that'll just be just an insight to see, like, to kind of generally cast. Well, sorry, insight willpower. I keep forgetting that it's insight willpower to cast magic.
Yes. See, here we go. That's a solid 10.
Yeah, that's good enough. So yeah, you get a ping, like you kind of like conjure up, you know, a little elemental to like kind of track this thing down. Arcanium is extremely magical, so you're able to get a pretty solid read on where it would be coming from, especially this refined. So yeah, we'll go ahead and tick up the box there, and then I kind of assume Saoirse is going to be doing the actual thefting, and so you can follow this little sprite to find it. But give me just a, I guess dex check.
Cool. And so can we just have a redescription of the room? So there was one guard standing just inside the door.
Yes, that Ruin has now knocked out somewhat loudly. And now you have, you know, kind of cutting past Ruin, you have a little like sprite of magic that is leading you to the box that you need to take.
Yeah. So there's no one else in here. I'm guessing this box is pretty sizable. Like it's not just going to fit in my backpack.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty big. It's yeah, it would be sticking out for sure.
Okay. So, surely someone's going to notice that you're missing real soon. So, as soon as I got the box, I will disappear with it and use our secret code that I have forgotten. We will get directions to the Northern Docks.
Oh yeah.
There or something. And you get Mizora out of here. Because it's going to be real bad if we're caught with the box and the prisoner. No offense.
Are you saying this to Ruin or?
Both.
Okay. Yeah. No, yeah, Missouri, your friend said they had a way out of here, so I assume that still stands.
It does. Go to sleep. Okay. That's taken care of.
Okay. So yeah, I will grab the box.
Cool. Yeah, give me just a dex check here for the last little bit, and then
11.
grab that box. Yeah, that's good enough.
10 and a 1.
Cool. Radical. Yeah, that is filled to finding the box stealthily. You have successfully found the box.
Great.
You know, sometimes it can be hard to find, but you all have done a good job. Cool. Yeah. So we'll kind of, you know, Matt, you had your plan to get out. We can kind of like hand wavy. Do you want to like just to explain what happens and then?
Wait.
Do we want to do? I just want to double check before we bust this out. Just looks at the body that is now like slumped next to the boxes. We're good with me disqualified, not being initiated into the Steel Kings, and we're just gonna bounce back to the barge, right? That feels like the sane way to do this, and just extricate ourselves from a potentially very messy situation, right?
I agree.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I think if I keep doing anything, I'm just going to call down everyone on our location.
As you say that, the guy who's like knocked out kind of go,
My God, I'm gonna have to. Before he wakes up, get close. Hold on. This might feel weird. And away we go. Hold on. This always feels weird on my end too. And he just sort of like lurches forward, and you see the armor like sort of shift and like crack open like a crab shell.
Oh my God, it's a mimic.
Shadow starts to like leak out in this like weird, really like sort of congealed, bloody way across his shoulders, and then it flares open like two huge raven wings and just sort of wraps everyone up. And when it like sludges away, we are in the barge, right?
Oh.
Yeah.
For a peek behind.
What about Mrs. Buttersby?
Teddy's just in the Steel
She's
Kings
gaining
now.
suitors as we speak.
Yeah.
You'll find her future husband. So
I'm rolling up a new character for next week. No.
Figuring that Teddy could find her way out. But mechanically, what just happened was I spent 40 mind points to use my Arcanum of the Gate, and using its dismiss ability to warp us away. You teleport yourself and up to 5 other nearby willing creatures to a location you previously visited, as long as it is within 1 travel day away.
Nice.
Yeah, I think everybody, you feel a little unsettled from that, because that's definitely not like normal magic in this world. That was not a spell. That was a like something just moved you across time and space in a way that felt very unnatural. But yeah, you are in the barge, right? Teddy, I presume, finishes out a good day's work. And do you return to the barge ride? Are you just in the Steel Kings now? Do you just, bunk up there?
I ask when I need to return, when they require me next.
Could we send like a positive conflict, something through our
Yeah, you're able to be like, yeah, you can get like communication.
We're out.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. Nice. I find out when I need to be back, and I finish my hard day's work in the kitchens, and I leave with a few phone numbers.
Nice.
After that whole like timey-wimey teleportation nonsense that just happened, I feel like Fiona is just like kind of poking at Ruin's armor a little bit, just like genuinely curious of all the magic that came out.
Why are you poking me?
This is fascinating magic, Ruin.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it would be amazing to study more of this on the field.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, do you know what it is?
You don't?
Let's say no.
Well, I personally don't have any sort of affiliation towards the darker magics, but certainly a little trip to the library or looking through my own notes might be able to provide some context clues. And she's gonna punch your shoulder and realize it's armor, so it hurts. Ow! To withhold such secrets from me. Ow, that hurts a lot.
I
Now
mean,
know
to
how
be
that guy
fair,
feels.
to be fair, I don't know you that well, and it's not something I could do very easily.
Oh. Life draining, perhaps?
I mean, it's exhausting, not life draining. It's more of like it's an unsettling feeling. Is that how magic feels? Do you feel like you're rattling around on the inside a little bit?
You might want to see a doctor for that, but personally, at least for
No,
the magic-
sometimes.
That is a good point, though, Saoirse. Maybe it,
Because you're ripping yourself through space.
which is something that entropy magic can also do partially. It might be within the same family. It is certainly something I will need to study with later. Huh. Interesting.
But I've never seen that before.
Nor have I.
You've been holding out on me.
I really just use it for emergencies, and that felt like an emergency worthy where didn't want to stick around to find out what happens when they realize that two things are missing.
That is fair.
Is Y here? Is he
No.
chilling?
You were
He's
gonna
probably at
meet
his
Y
shop.
at his shop. Yes.
That's
At the shop. Got it.
Why sundry goods?
So, yeah, Masura thanks you for helping get her out, and then well, if that's all, I appreciate you for getting me out. I'm sure Y will take care of whatever he's offered to pay you. I'll send word to him that I've made it, and I will get this back to where it goes.
I feel like we may know each other. Are you affiliated with any of the colleges at all?
You could say that. I've been in some classes before.
I wonder if you and I have shared any classes in particular.
It's possible. I graduated a couple years ago.
Well, I was practicing a little bit more of the theoretical a couple years ago back with the elements, but...
Yeah, that would explain it. I'm a theoretical mage myself. A little bit of practical, but yeah. Well, I'm sure that's where we've seen each other.
Well, it's always a good idea to make bonds with other fellow students of the theoretical and even partially the practical. So hopefully this is not the last time we would get to interact with one another, yes?
Probably not. Yosi tends to keep his friends close, and you seem to be capable, so I'm sure he'll want to keep you around.
Oh, well, I've hardly done much. It's been mainly the others in the group who have been far more capable in handling this little mission. I was sidetracked with the finals, so...
Things are important. Studies are important. It's all good. I'm sure you'll contribute and have contributed. But if there's nothing else, I should really be getting this back to the college. She kind of pats the box.
Those chains.
Oh yeah, we could break those now. And I'll actually like do the messy bit, like you have to be quiet here.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, you kind of rend the metal off, pry it loose, snap the little latch area, and she's good to go. So
got my not a walking stick to just
Well, thank you again. If you ever need anything, I'm sure Y will put you in contact. But it was wonderful to meet all of you, and thank you for getting me out of there.
Yeah.
So she does like an extravagant bow and then pulls out her smoking pipe again. Case closed.
Yes.
Make sure you rest. You don't have to like leave straight away if you're still hurt from the usual.
Oh,
He's
I'll
Oh, yeah, if you
giving
wanna
her
take
like
a
a
bath?
once over, like genuinely
She
concerned. that
looks a
she
little
treated-
rough.
Yeah.
She can use our
Uh,
bathroom and like, freshen herself up.
Oh, I would prefer to just get this to the colleges, and from there I'll clean myself up there. Mission
Fair
comes
enough.
first, you know. All right, and she pieces out, and you are, I assume, hang out until Teddy shows up.
Yes.
But then, yeah, if it's cool with everybody, we are like kind of getting towards the end of the episode, so like we don't want to take a break. We can just kind of not take a break. It's up to everybody though.
Can I have two? I need like a
No.
little break.
No break.
Hey,
No, that's
so-
fine. Let's just take a break then. That's totally fine. Since
GM,
Haley
can I
wants
use the
it.
bathroom?
No. But you
Yeah.
can buy cheap viewers from Mong's 432 there.
Yeah.
But yeah, cool.
Haley is so
Yeah.
fast with the bands.
Yeah.
Every time I move my mouse over, it's already like vaguely Haley destroyed that person.
Yeah. I'm fucking
Stepped into
on
the
it,
shadow
mate.
realm.
Australia gets it
Mate.
first. That's why.
Yeah.
Thanos
Yeah.
up in here, Jesus.
Because the criminals are from there,
yeah,
so you already
exactly.
see them.
Yeah, no, that's fine. We will go ahead and take a break, and then we will come back and wrap up after that. But yes, everyone, please go get your bathroom snacks. Come back and join us in like 5-ish minutes when we are
good.
back with more Tales of Caerwyn.
Woo!
Schlangefall.
Don't go away.
Bye-bye.
Come right back.
Hello, everyone. We're back. I just looked at the weather, and it is going to be bad here. So that's going to be fun. But I still have like 50 minutes before that happens, so we can finish this game, at least, before I get sucked away to the land of Oz. We're off to see the wizard. Anyway. Welcome back, everybody. We are back with the Fabula Ultima Tales of Caerwyn game. We just successfully liberated a cat person from a jail cell and found their box, which was a little bit of a challenge, you know? Sometimes that's difficult to do. But yeah, you all kind of get back. You know, Teddy shows back up a little bit later. I don't know how long, some amount of time later. And you are all good to go hang out, whatever you're doing. You're all back together. The party is partying.
How did it go?
I was a little too noisy, but otherwise, well.
It's good to hear. I'm very glad.
Mission accomplished.
Beautiful.
How did it go for you? Because I feel bad that we just sort of bounced, but we were in the middle of a potentially incriminating situation and didn't want to.
On a first-hand account, Miss Buttersby was very capable of handling herself, along with how do I put this? Putting one sorry bastard in the midst of all of the knife fire.
Yes, I did. That was, yes, one poor gentleman almost got skewered by the man I was versing, but otherwise it was fine. I had a knife throwing competition with one of the higher up rankings that thought they could put me in my place, but I quickly showed them. I did get told that getting his attention might have not been the best, smartest thing, but it's not really my vibe to stay in the shadows, so...
I heard the same thing, that they were saying that you should keep your head down. And
Yes,
not,
I don't
not
really
get
plan
noticed.
on doing that, unfortunately. But we'll see, I guess.
Yeah, I just think it's
I am having
interesting,
quite a
right?
fun time.
Well, that's good. You like joining the organized crime racket.
An adventure's an adventure.
Fair. Is
I
that?
will
What were you saying?
I was just. Is that hitting anyone else oddly? That it's like, hey, welcome to the team where we're gonna do stuff. Don't make yourself a big deal. That feels. It's almost like you wanna join the club, but then not be in charge of the club. Like it's bad to be in charge of the club, but then why?
I think it's more if you follow the rules specifically, that's how you rise ranks rather than making a show of yourself to rise ranks. But
Okay.
as if
I'm testing the theory. We'll find out.
possibly more under the guise of don't act like you're special, maybe amongst the crowds. But I am not
That
the
was
most
what I
well
was
versed
thinking.
in military-esque mannerisms or what is acceptable. So
Yeah, I was definitely getting barracks vibes from that place.
well, considering you
Yeah.
are the one who is the more well-versed one, at least with the fighting aspect, were there other details you were concerned about, Ruin?
Oh, not really, other than if it's at this point I would be very I'm not good at this whole subterfuge thing and said my real name a couple times, so I probably should throw away my little intro pin thing and not try to go back there. But it seems like Miss Buttersby, if you're down to clown with this whole thing and we need more information, then you seem to be on the way in. I will
And I'm not
say,
even fitting in. It's quite wonderful how I'm just being me and they're happy to have me. It's quite impressive. I would say so myself.
it is. I am worried about what an initiation might entail. If
That
it
is
takes
true. I am curious, but they are all still there. So
the ones that got through initiation.
that's true.
We don't know how many, unfortunately, were part of the, well, initial crowding until they were weeded out.
Yeah, how many chicken feet went into that singular sausage link?
Well, I will find out, won't I?
The chicken feet?
Unless you don't think I should. If you don't think I should, then I guess it doesn't matter, and I'll find work elsewhere. It's the second job I've had in the last few days. I'm finding Eklund's Fall to be quite prosperous.
It could be useful for us if we need more information on these Steel Kings, which it feels like it'd be a good situation to know. I'm just, don't want to see you hurt, so we just need to figure out a way to like make sure that while you're doing your thing, someone can intervene.
Yes, that is true. Well, I appreciate you worrying about me. But I'm sure that if we went to the initiation, you could hide in the shadows and come get me if required.
Oh, there is
Or I
one
just don't worry about it, really. We don't need to worry about it anymore. We just got a big payday. We could buy ourselves an airship and go on another adventure.
That should wait. I think we should stick with the initiation because the people that we first encountered, they were taking the assistance electronics to the South Docks, but I don't remember seeing other electronics in the warehouse that they were storing everything. And also, there was that third warehouse that is heavily enchanted.
Oh, did you poke around in there?
Oh yeah, but I couldn't find out. That usually doesn't happen.
Hmm.
Then we might have stepped into a bigger hole than we were anticipating, maybe, with this third warehouse. That does bring a rather interesting point, though. Regarding the contents of the box, at least, that... What's her name again? Conlon?
Missoura.
Missouri.
Missouri. Considering the contents that Y and Missouri were after anyway, Miss Buttersby, it was, for lack of a better word, raw arcanium. Untouched, unspoiled.
Was it raw or refined?
Was refined.
Refined, excuse me.
What does that even mean?
For
It's
Is that the things the
Pure.
trains are made out of?
in its rawest form, yes. It is
Okay.
unsmelted, untouched, just like a diamond that you would find in the rough, and it has been turned into a miraculous diamond you would put on a ring. Its potential is still there. But I find it odd that it is just in a box.
I mean, it was
Unguarded.
locked.
And it had the magician's seal on it. So I'm assuming that's how the colleges transport that stuff around, I guess.
I'm
Hmm.
not sure.
be.
And
Did anyone
All of the-
we just let Missouri go? Didn't want
Yeah.
to take her there?
I mean, she
Take
seemed
the
pretty
box
capable.
too?
She did, yeah.
Okay.
I forgot what I was gonna say.
Uh-oh.
Because the Steel Kings have only been at the docks for like the last month under this new management,
Mm-hmm.
and all of the dock workers that I saw were still the dock workers, and all the loiterers were the Steel Kings. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they're necessarily working at or for the docks. I think they're just using the docks.
Yeah, they're doing protection / smuggling through it. They're in charge of it.
And whatever was in that third warehouse, I didn't have the time, and I'm not strong enough to break through that enchantment. But whatever it's covering is dangerous.
Like dangerous, we should check it out, or dangerous, avoid at all costs.
Both.
Oh, well, that's confusing.
Wonder if that's where they do the initiation.
Well, it's something of great
Oh.
significance of not wanting your average spectator to find, at least from what Saoirse is hinting.
Mhm.
And then speaking of being found, you two pretty much enrolled for the initiation. You're probably gonna want to keep up appearances, or else they're gonna know something went to shit.
I mean, I think they're gonna know something went to shit when their prisoner isn't there anymore to be a punching bag, and also if they do any sort of detailed inventory, they're gonna figure out that box is missing too. So
Along with a few other things.
nice. Also, the guy I had to knock out and did so very noisily. Yeah.
He
said my
might
name.
recognize you.
Again, I said my name and like he'll recognize me. Like I'm not. I think my career at the Steel Kings is done.
Unless you hit him so hard he lost his memory.
I don't know if it will work like that.
It's a risky play. Definitely wouldn't want to
It's a
show up at
play.
the same time as Miss Buttersby. I will just say that.
No,
Okay.
please don't ruin my undercover
Yeah.
new job.
But then also speaking of being found, if this is like some sort of top secret organization, one, they were kind of easy to infiltrate with the whole initiation thingamabobby. So if it's that easy, then surely they're keeping tabs on who comes and tries to get in. Can I sense if there's any magic on these tokens or pins or anything that
Ooh.
Rowan and Miss Buttersby got? Like, are they tracking? Are they monitoring, listening? Like,
Yeah. Give me a insight willpower check.
uh, 6.
There is trace amounts of magic on them. It's very hard to tell what it is. What does it do? Why is it there? That's not entirely clear, but you definitely feel like a little sparkle to them.
Okay. Damn it! I think that warehouse enchantment is blocking me. Can't tell, but there's definitely magic on them.
Oh,
Maybe I should chuck it in the lake then.
I would chuck it.
No,
I
I
chuck
chuck-
my
I
little.
would chuck yours.
Yeah, you should keep yours.
I'm
Yeah,
going
yeah,
to keep
yeah.
mine, yes. But I actually, when I left and I got like within no one is seeing me distance, I did pocket the sigil and no longer wore it like out and about.
Cool.
I was fortunate enough to have a day pass, for lack of a better word, lying saying I was a tutor, but nobody stopped me, so
They let you in without like.
As a tutor?
For what?
I just simply said I was there to assist the Steel Kings with any sort of magical lessons, and the gentleman said that there was new mage recruits that needed some help. But fortunately, since I saw that Miss Buttersby was very capable of handling the crowd, I immediately went towards the warehouse where all of you were. So, no one checked my credentials, and I seemed to just slip in and slip out. Worst case scenario, if we need a secondary person to infiltrate, there's always me.
That's interesting. That they would have a separate sort of other way of getting in just because you're a magic user.
It could just be a front, perhaps.
Yeah.
It seems that they don't seem to push anyone aside who wants to initiate themselves into the Steel Kings, albeit many may not come out of it. But it seems to be more of a distraction than anything else, more of just bodies needed for something bigger.
Yeah, and
Say
that's
what
not.
kind of magic?
I just simply said I was there to assist them. Omission seems to be the best quality to have in that sort of field.
And what were you gonna say, Ruin?
No, I just think it's just giving me real spooky vibes when it's like, here's a heavily militarized organization accruing large amounts of people, and some of like the easiest way to get in is to say that you know how to do magic. That is all just raising like it's like a ship with only red sails. That's how many red flags this thing has to me.
Hmm.
Oh, that's
And-
a lot of red.
Mm-hmm.
They all seem willing to die for their cause as well, or at least the ones we fought.
The
So
one you
maybe they're deliberately
pulverized
looking.
into a pancake.
Yeah, that
Did you
one.
actually go back and see the body?
We
We
heard
heard.
the squelching. I don't think we need to look after that.
I
Yeah.
was just being thorough.
I mean, I did in my. I would almost blame it on the initiation, but it seemed like when I was getting myself in for the interview process, that like having a kind of nihilistic bent to myself was like a clearer way in. So they seem to be attracting people and want people that are already predisposed towards not caring
Or people
about
who
existence.
would not be looked for if they were missing.
Yeah. Another way of looking at it, potentially.
Well, all kinds of concerning at that rate. If, with what Saoirse said, though, about not being able to, or not being strong enough yet to see through the veil of all the enchantments of the third warehouse, it makes me wonder how we would be able to do so. Even if all of us were to put our might together, maybe we may not be able to see through the veil after all.
Yeah. And maybe with whatever's happening with this Y fella and Missouri, that we still need to hear back from him. Maybe this is the start of something. And if it's not, we'll figure it out. I don't know.
What time of day is it?
It's getting later in the day, definitely at this point. You've
Okay,
spent
okay.
a lot of time down at the docks looking for stuff and then,
Yeah.
sneaking about.
Are we opposed to
And-
potentially seeing why to begin with? Seeing him at a shop.
We could go and check in. I don't have anything else to do. And there's 30,000 pence waiting for us to go down there, apparently.
30,000.
Mm-hmm.
It's 30,000 if we could get Missouri out, or 10,000 pence just for information.
That is highly concerning, in my opinion.
It's a red flag that's good for us, and that's the only reason I'm not looking at it sideways.
So, Missouri must have been really important to Y for that amount of money.
She was familiar. I have seen her face around the college quite a bit. I just can't put my finger as to where.
Maybe she's just that good? But then she must have messed up royally to have gotten caught.
I mean, that place is packed, right? There's patrol all over. The only reason we were having an easy time is because you're super sneaky and the other three of us had an excuse for being there. We were technically allowed. And even then, we weren't really allowed where we were, and we were running a little bit short on that leash, hence the whole...
Yeah.
technical term.
I don't like it.
And so she's gonna scratch her head and like end up pulling like this bright yellow feather from her hair that had just gotten stuck from before.
Well, I certainly have a lot more questions than answers that I think I will be researching. I need to find out more about this Missouri and see if I can remember exactly where she's from. Might provide a little bit more
records?
clues. I could ask somebody that I know in the libraries that are more along the lines of student records. She said she graduated 2 years ago. So that gives me some time to look into. And I would imagine
How long-
there's...
How long have you been at the uni for?
I am one of those indefinite students. Constantly promoting the education.
And how long have you been an indefinite student for?
Oh, well, at least for the last 10, 12 years.
Holy shit! I can't think of anything worse.
That's definitely a lot of indefinite. Are you just not passing classes, or are you like?
Do you need help?
No, I'm going for my 4th degree, actually.
Oh my god.
Wow. Nah, essays and references.
Well, the final I took was just simply an elective, something for fun.
You study for fun?
I've got a little dizzy with that thought.
Yeah. Ooh.
Are you sure it's not from the woo?
Nope, this one was directly from you. I'm blaming it on you. Yeah, you made me
Mhm.
dizzy. You made me dizzy with
Mhm.
your academia for fun.
Well, the alternative was not really the best option for me, so I figured why
What
not
was
indulge
it?
myself?
Yeah.
Farm work.
Okay, I'm starting to picture it. Yeah, I get it.
Ooh, I don't know.
You'd rather work
You
a
get
farm.
to play with. Yeah. You get to play with farm animals and big equipment, be outside. Don't have judgy know-it-alls looking over your shoulder all day.
Oh, the judging
Don't have to
is
get
still very big in the farm life. At least for me, it was.
Oh, not for me.
Mm.
The only judging we had was how big your pumpkins were.
Did you grow up on a farm too, Saoirse?
No,
So the pumpkin...
it was just a contest we had.
Oh, no.
On your not a farm? Were you farm
In my
adjacent?
hometown.
Okay.
So the pumpkins were...
It was just an annual thing. It was just an annual contest that people did.
Did you grow the pumpkin? Did you...
I didn't.
spawn the pumpkin? Did you...
Oh, this is a contest you saw but did not participate
Yeah.
in.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh.
Me and Fiona were both picturing like you. Why did you have pumpkins if not farmer? And we're very confused.
Because I hung out on farms, but I didn't work on them.
Gotcha. Okay.
I'm
Just
confused how you got confused. But anyway.
We made assumptions, and you know what?
You know what
You
they
know
say
what
When
they
you
say.
make an assumption, no, what is it? When you assume, you make an ass out of me and you.
But, no, my family were farmers, and I wanted to aspire for something bigger.
Bigger than the biggest pumpkin.
Actually, my family were all floralists. They specialized more in, herbal sort of plants and such. Very hard, tedious work, and I was not particularly keen on it.
Gotcha. Makes sense.
So, now that we know that Saoirse was not a farmer, what about
No.
you, Ruin?
Kind of this and that and here and there and sort of stuff. I know about herbs. I help people get from like place to place, right? You know, you're in this city, I want to get to that city. In between can be really dangerous and awful, and I help keep the dangerous and awful from being dangerous and awful. And that's, you know, you pick up a few things here and there about herbs and what's useful for that, all that kind of stuff.
So you
He's really good at it.
You didn't do the woo all the time?
No, I don't really do the woo at all.
Huh. So bodyguard, almost.
Kinda, yeah. Mm-hmm. I think you could probably tell that he's being overly evasive about the truth of the matter. Is just finding like, oh, you did herbs? I happen to know a thing or two about herbs. Is just like throwing that out there as something else to focus on.
Well, you certainly know your way around the library as well, Ruin.
do I? I thought that the books, I didn't know how to use the books. I didn't even have a library card.
No, but you dive right in, which is always the first step most people get intimidated by within the libraries, especially ones as grand as the one at the College of the Lady.
That's fair. I've had enough time to adapt to my incompetency, so I usually just attack things with enthusiasm and wait till later to figure out if I'm going to fail or not.
Incompetency is such a strong word. I don't think
Eh.
you're
I don't
incompetent
think
at
I've
all.
seen you fail at anything.
I mean, I literally had to choke out a guy instead of convincing him to walk. And you weren't there when I was. I screw up a lot. And don't worry about it. I'm keeping track. Just trust me on it.
Well, sometimes a heavy hand is needed, and when words don't simply do as much.
Yeah, I'm good at that part.
Oh,
That part, I got.
actually, yeah, I have felt something. Like when you were gonna do something with the assistant,
Mm-hmm.
like I had this flash of colors. Oh, is that what I've been doing?
Colors?
Yeah, like every now and again, if someone's about to do something, I get like this flash, and like I can kind of see the future.
Ah, you're
And I can-
entropy magic then.
Sure.
Yeah, I don't know what the heck that is, so I'm trusting your word on that, Fiona.
Unless you think it's something else?
I didn't know what it was, but you keep calling it entropy magic, so I'm gonna say it's entropy magic. Didn't you say it was really hard to learn?
It can be, yes. Considering that time and space is a little hard to master to begin with. But you seem to have quite the knack for it.
I didn't study.
Just because you didn't study doesn't necessarily mean you aren't gifted in it. Sometimes
Hey.
people just have a knack for things without the need of studying. I just go a little hardcore with the books, personally.
A little bit. So, okay. I feel like we've gotten a little off track. So, we can go back to the University of the Lady, and you can try and figure out who Misura is to you. You sure it's not just a one-night stand that you forgot to call?
That would be hilarious.
One night.
I'm rooting for
stand.
that actually now. That's my new favorite theory.
Yeah, like you
Studying?
Oh
sure.
no. Mm-mm.
Sure. You had a study session together, and then you didn't talk to her about going on to the next chapter?
I'm pretty sure I would have remembered if I had studied with her.
Yeah, especially that way.
Not always.
Well, regardless, if we didn't have any shared classes, then it wouldn't be that hard to see what she majored in or, what her focus was. So, obviously, the student records would be the best way to go about all that. Just because I can't remember.
Or we go
does
get
not-
paid.
Mhm. I'm still very worried about how high of a price tag this was. I cannot help but feel there are conditions to such a high price tag.
If it's a trap, we deal with it.
He gave us all the paperwork. Wait, there was a contract. Wait. He gave us maps.
Yeah, he
That's it.
seemed pretty on the up and up. I mean, obviously, clearly a weirdo, but in that sort of like adorable, endearing weirdo way, to where it's like, I don't feel threatened by this guy yet.
So I guess one question I have is if this gentleman, if this Y, had everything, why didn't he just go get her himself?
Yeah, I think I can't remember
Maybe he
if
could
we
be
actually.
squishy like me.
Yeah, I can't remember if we actually asked that or if it was like something that I was thinking. If we asked it, I have a vague memory of him saying
Oh.
it just wasn't his like deal. Like he doesn't do that kind of stuff, so he was hiring it out.
Yeah, and he gave us the job paper, so it's legit. Like, this is binding.
I mean,
I don't think
He gave us
Fiona got the
papers
chance
and
to look at
maps.
him. Can I see all that paperwork, dear?
Sure.
Because I don't think Fiona got the chance to do it because she just immediately bolted to go to the
Mhm.
final. So
yeah,
I think she wants to study this paperwork to see if there's any other things she can discern from it.
Also, I think Y is good for the payments because he dabbles in old and ancient artifacts, and they can get pretty expensive. So if that's what he deals in, then he would have pence to spare. Especially if Mizor is his study buddy.
Well, I don't even know if Y was a student at the universities either. Is something funny?
Yes. Fiona, how much do you know about searching the words recreational copulation?
I mean, I am not unfamiliar with it, but I have not participated in it.
Okay, that was loud and clear. We were sort of having a little bit of a gag that when we said one night stand, you interpreted it as study session, whereas we interpreted it as
Sex.
Well, that would be rather
So-
unfortunate for me to do it with another peer.
you've got an ironclad code of ethics, and I applaud you on that.
I think it's sad.
I mean, not how I would choose, but for each their own.
Well, unfortunately, with the universities, everything can be used against you. So, such copulation is somewhat frowned upon. At least for those of us who are more serious with the academics.
Just
So you
gonna
can't
add
be
this.
you can't study and be fun.
I thought I already was fun.
Fair. This
Different
is
kind of
definitely
fun.
yeah. This is just adding to the list of like, okay, now I'm glad I'm not a brainiac because that sounds awful for it to be held against you in sort of a game of politicking.
Miss Buttersby, what do you think we should do?
You just see like Miss Buttersby's head pop out from the kitchen, and she's just like, "Oh, I'm so sorry, dears. I wasn't listening to a word you were saying." And as she turns around, she has 4 plates of, let's say, bangers and mash. So like
Ooh.
beautiful
Hell yeah.
mashed
Nice.
potato with nice, let's say, pork sausages, gravy, and like just some steamed
Yes.
vegetables on the side. And she
It's
brings
fine, you're
them
forgiven.
out to everyone. And she sits down and she says, I'll leave whatever's happening up to you. I'm along for the ride.
Feel like easy first step is getting paid because then if it's a trap,
Yes.
we deal with the trap. If it's not a trap, now we have more money with which to solve other problems.
I would also like to make sure that we don't actually have proof that we did save them or the box. So hopefully she did check in. Did she say she would check in?
She did.
Okay, so fingers crossed. We trust her.
I mean, she trusted us. She could have turned us into cinders.
I wasn't there for that. So yes, as long as you believe that, I trust you. I believe. I do.
Okay, so we enjoy the night, celebrate our little victory, and then in the
Yes.
morning, we go and get paid,
Mhm.
and then go back to the uni.
I suppose.
Yep.
Yes. I don't know why we're going back to the university, but I am excited for that.
Well, worst
Oh,
case-
Fiona thinks she recognizes Mizora and wants to find out how.
Oh.
From the colleges.
Ruin and I think.
somehow.
I really enjoy
Think she
giving
had
you
a-
all names and then having you all just pronounce whatever name you want it to be.
We decided
Mes-
what we
isn't it?
wanted.
Masora. M-A-S-O-R-A.
Masura.
Missouri.
Masura. It has been
That's what I've been
Missouri, like Missouri, but pronounced with a southern accent every time people have
Missouri.
said it. Missouri.
Misora.
Masura.
Misora.
Masura. Masura.
Masora. All right, you know, she's
We've
she's
been putting a
Masorite
little
now.
We've been
You've been a
putting
little
too much.
mizzy. Yeah.
We've been putting a little bit too much za on the in the middle. Yeah, Masura.
Misora.
Anyway,
It's fine. Maybe we
Ruin
should
and
start
I
with this
have the fan theory that a study session wasn't understood, and
I don't necessarily think that's true, but I do think it would be hilarious if that was true.
What
it's
does
true
that
for us.
mean? What does it mean?
That Masura inclined herself romantically towards Fiona and
Oh.
unfortunately only received the books and not the fun part after the books.
Okay. Interesting.
Not to say that the books part can't also be fun. It can be very fun to like learn new things and like study stuff. I'm just saying there are definitely some people that I'm not gonna advocate for sex. I'm not gonna try and make the pros column of that fleshed out.
Either
I
way-
agree. Let's just, move on.
Either way, she is definitely a face I do recognize from the colleges. So, my thought was we go to the libraries and check on student records. See
I
if
think that's
we
a
can
great idea.
find more information about her focuses, and especially since she seemed to have a little bit of an elemental sort of aptitude. We
Yeah,
might
she
find
was
more information.
doing
Teddy's
some
got
fire
her own
stuff.
complete agenda to have at the library, but she's just keeping that to herself.
See if her husband's
Or-
name shows up. The certain
No, she's
being
gonna
and-
look for one of her long lost kids.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Or we could just talk to Misura.
That's assuming we find her, which we might not.
She was also a little bit cryptic, at least when I was asking questions about recognizing her. So,
I'm getting the
To
sense.
my theory.
It could be that. It could also be that both this Y person who decided to abbreviate his name to just a letter, and his super sneaky, infiltrate and knows magic friend, they could be up to some shenanigans that they just are inclined towards not being very forthcoming with strangers. So,
Like you.
So- like us, really.
you
I'm quite forthcoming, actually.
I appreciate that.
So, maybe since we are a group of adventurers, maybe we do a bonding exercise.
Oh,
What would that be?
I don't know. This is the first time, honestly, that I've been so inclined to have anyone even remotely close to friends.
That is horribly sad. But
Well,
Vibes,
regardless, I will
mood.
study on it.
okay, so it sounds like you're inviting us to a study session about how we should bond. I'm
Oh.
really,
are we
I'm
going
really
to have
starting to get
group
a,
sex?
I'm starting to get a picture of how Masura could have had a very, very clear misunderstanding about your intentions towards her.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand why.
Oh, you're adorable.
I should have some.
So what you're saying is you've studied friends and friendships and everything, and now you want to put that into practice.
And as the
Correct.
conversation for trying to figure out what a study session actually means to
Is
Fiona,
Fiona propositioning us or not?
as that fades out into the night, so too do we fade out our episode. And we it's the end. That's it. That was not a great ending for me, but fade to black on
I'm sorry,
the
Conlon.
conversations. No, you're good. That was bad on my part. But yeah, cool. Well, thank you everybody for joining us today. We will be back next week with more of this, doing some more Fabula Ultima, not Ultima. I don't know. Words are difficult, and I'm very
Fabula
tired.
Ultimatum.
Yeah, all tomatoes.
Ultimates.
But yeah, no, we'll be back next week. Come back, come see what happens. See what's going on with this 30,000 coin offer, and why, and who is this? What is
Red
this?
flag.
What
Lots
could
of
it
red
be?
flags.
Yeah.
Maybe he's just very
We're gonna
generous.
buy
You
a
don't know.
house. Let's buy a house.
Let's buy a house. I wish that would help in real money.
Or a
but
business.
Maybe we could fund our own university.
Well, I want a tavern.
No, fuck that. Fuck that.
We open up a restaurant for Miss Sputtersby where it's Fabula Oops Tomatoes.
Yeah.
But anyway, until next time, I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your week. You have a wonderful weekend. And are you all ready for more tales?
Always!
Okay, stick around
for raid.
for a raid. I have to hit the end screen. There we go.